Hey everyone, Slayer here to introduce Nasty and Friends from BDC Studios, a podcast where two friends who met in the Army Reserves get together and talk about shit. One's a firefighter and the other has a funny laugh. So sit back, get rid of your kids, and hold on to your because it's about to get nasty, friends.
Welcome to Nasty and Friends with Pagnasty and Spicy motherfucking Brown.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nasty and Friends podcast. This is our 13th episode.
Yep, episode 13.
Fucking doing it, man. Doing it. If you're listening, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for all the support, man. All the questions that everybody sends in, last podcast we finished up. We got some more people sending questions. We'll definitely get to Q&A today. So just keep sending them, nastyandfriends@gmail.com. So it's our favorite part, I think, to do. Like, I love it. Sometimes it leads off into other great stories and stuff like that. So, but it's great.
Bang. All right, let me set up the scene. Let me set up what's going on. Let me let the listeners know exactly what's going on today. So it's Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. We're in BDC Studios. The mic's on. The recording light is lit. In the back, we got YouTube going on, and we're watching the Hydraulic Press channel. And you want to kind of explain?
Yeah, it's just a big ass hydraulic press, and they just put shit in between it and just squish everything. It's just kind of like a couple years ago they had the blend channel where they like blend up shit, which is cool because they have one where they blend up a pool noodle. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's like one of those blend tech blenders.
Yeah.
So they just they'll throw phones and shit in there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, they're just destroying stuff with and I don't know like the pounds of pressure. I mean, it's a shit ton, but yeah, they're just smashing a bunch of shit. So
and it's just satisfying to watch. They had one a few years ago. I don't know if they still do it, where they would just cut shit in half. I can't remember what that was called.
Oh, with it's with water.
Was it with water?
Well, there's probably a couple different ones, but there is one out there. It's like so many pounds of pressure, like through like a water spigot, and they'll just like cut and have like phones, like
nice.
Apples and shit like that. So that one's pretty cool too.
That's
so
awesome.
I mean, who knows with this playlist? It might kick over to that or something, like a related video. So
fuck it, let it ride. Anyway, we're in BDC Studios. I'm Spicy Brown. I'm here with my nigga Pagnasty. We're in the fucking booth. We're ready to go. We didn't have this podcast planned until earlier this week. My man Pagnasty was in town for a bachelor party last night, so he's a little faded. I'm getting him rehydrated, whatever. I'm getting hydrated now. I got some Tito's and I got some water with a little bit of cran in there. But the thing is, like when we get together, I can't wait to hear about this bachelor party. It's for our buddy Harris, who's getting married next week and next weekend. We're both in the wedding. I was at work, so I couldn't attend the bachelor party, but I can't wait to hear about it. So he hasn't told me barely anything about it, so I'm looking forward to hearing some stories for the first time, just like some of you motherfuckers listening are going to hear these stories for the first time. So it's pretty fucking exciting. And then, like he said, we got some things planned to talk about, and then we got some Q&A. We don't know how long this podcast is going to go, but it's Sunday. We're going to talk about food a little bit. We're gonna hear some batches. It's fucking. Let's get in it. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. It was first and foremost, it was fucking great, dude. I talked to Harris this morning because I long took me back to my car because I left it at the golf course. Because we started off with golfing, we went to eat, and then we just went to the bars. Very simple. Loved it. I talked to Harris. He was hurting a little this morning.
Oh shit.
He was having a great fucking time, or he had a great time last night. He's not having a great time this morning at all, like I said. But no, he loved it. Papa Harris came out, his dad came out, his older brother was out there, and some friends, and then some Army guys were there.
Nice.
So it's fucking great. We started off, Vito, he came up, and because he likes to golf, and Harris, we all lived together at one point, so he knows him pretty well. So we all went golfing. Whiny came out and golfed with us. So in our group, it was Whiny, Vito, Harris's future wife. It's her brother-in-law, and then like Justin Navasco. I don't golf because I suck at golfing. I like going, and I was like help caddy, and I'd grab clubs and I'd drive. Yeah. So it was a fun time, man.
And I know you. I mean, you only do like man shit. You don't do like girl shit. But yeah, no, it's still good. Go and have fun. I'm glad you went, dude.
Oh yeah,
You look good. You got a little bit of a tan.
Oh yeah, I know. It was a little red first sunburn of the year, so I'm fucking super excited about it.
Nice.
But no, it was a fucking blast. And then like Harris and his dad and his brother and his friend, they were like ahead of us. We had to go in 2 separate groups, but it was like I said, it was a blast.
Nice.
You know, there's so many fucking stories. So before we get into the bachelor party, I kind of got to set it up a little bit so we all lived together. It was Rob, Maverick, Harris, and myself. Not Rob Long, my other buddy Rob. And we moved out. Rob and I moved out, and we moved into a house with our girlfriends at the time, our wives now. And so then they had some other people take our place in this house. And Maverick... This happened 6 years ago, and Maverick had called me to tell me about it. And 6 years ago, Vito goes, on his bachelor party, whenever Harris gets married, I'm going to drop this on him. Right. So Vito's been holding this
6 years.
For 6 years.
God damn, it's commitment.
I'll tell you the worst part about it is, right before I tell you the story, Harris doesn't remember this happening.
Oh,
so, it's like 6 years in the works, and he doesn't remember it at all. Which sucks, but, you can only remember what you remember. So what happened was, Vito and his friend were doing this thing where they would, like, fart on each other.
Okay.
And they, like, fart on each other's pillows, and, like, they would get, like, close to the face and like fart where you could like feel the wind and shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
So they Alan was his name, and he was like playing he's playing Xbox, and Vito had gone down and spread his ass cheeks. He goes, "Hey Alan," and he looked and he farted.
Oh, Jesus.
And then and even though that Harris and Alan lived together, Harris didn't have Alan's phone number.
Okay.
So Maverick goes, "Take a picture of my butthole and send it to Harris." So he fucking gets right up there and takes a picture of his asshole.
Oh.
And they sent the picture, and the only thing that it said was a caption that just says, "Eye of the storm."
Oh, Jesus. That's fucking awesome.
So like 10 minutes later, Maverick says he's up, excuse me, he's up in the kitchen or whatever, and my kid Harris just walked right out of his room, walks right up to Vito with his phone, and just shows him the picture, like an inch from his face. He goes, "Who the fuck is this?" So Maverick's staring at his own asshole.
Which is uncomfortable.
And he's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Well, who the fuck's 883?" Which 883 is the beginning of the phone number from our hometown.
Okay.
Well, a town that's like 11 miles away, their numbers start with 245. And that's what...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Represent.
Yeah, and that's what and that's what Maverick has.
Okay.
And so he's like, "I don't know. I have 245. I don't know who 883 is."
And then real quick. All right, so like did he expect an answer? Like, "Oh, whose asshole is this?" Oh, I know exactly whose asshole this is.
Yeah,
that's Marty's asshole.
No, yeah, I've seen that before.
I've seen that so many times. They're not like the back of my hand. Like, what was he expecting?
I don't know.
Ahead,
but the thing is, but the fact that he had the number, so he's just like, "Eye of the storm," whatever. So this whole time, Maverick's been waiting. He's like on his badge because he called me. Maverick was laughing so fucking hard. He goes, "I'm trying not to lose it. I'm staring at my own asshole." You know what I mean? Like trying not to laugh. So he's like, "So I'm gonna tell Harris about it, like on his bachelor party." Mm-hmm. So we were golfing. Sometimes we'd catch up to each other, and Maverick would just hit it, or Harris would hit it, and Maverick would be like, "Oh yeah, it's right into the eye of the storm," just like hoping that it would bring it up.
Yeah.
And it never did. And he finally he told him the story, and Harris goes, "I don't remember that picture at all."
Jesus.
Does not remember it. And he's like, and Harris like, "I wonder why you kept fucking saying eye of the storm." So, which.
Are you coughing?
Fuck, excuse me. Sorry. Choking on my own spit there. But, yeah, so it's kind of a letdown that he doesn't remember it.
Yeah.
Held it for 6 years. So, like, that's fucking how we started off this bachelor party.
That's fucking awesome.
Which is a fucking great story.
And Harris must feel like shit today. I mean, it was a bachelor party last night. He's got to feel like shit. I actually saw that goddamn sumbitch just a few days ago. I saw him and his bitch. And I saw Jimmy Wilburn and his bitch earlier the baseball game. I worked the baseball game.
Nice.
At the arena downtown. Creighton got their fucking asses whipped by the Huskies. It was great.
Yeah.
And afterwards they shot fireworks off, so everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you guys get your." It was like 15-2 or something like that. It was a long game plus the fireworks, and we're like, "Oh, you're shooting fireworks after a loss? You guys are cocky as fuck. That's why nobody likes you." But anyway, I told him, I was like, they were talking about doing IVs and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, if you don't do that," I said, "do some Pedialyte."
Right.
Because, we've talked about that before on the podcast. I said, stock it up. So I told him, I don't want to say, his fiance.
Yeah.
I don't want to drop names of people. I told his fiance and I told Harris, I said, hey, Pedialyte, because there's glucose, fructose.
Oh, yeah.
Electrolytes. It's got so much good shit in there that's better. It's better than water. It's way better than Gatorade. And his fiance was like, for real? I said, oh yeah. Gatorade is just sugar and shit like that. It'll make you. It's gonna dehydrate you, and it's not. Pedialyte is the way to go. So I told him to do that. I don't know if he's doing that or not. He's an alcoholic, so. I'm just kidding. He's not an alcoholic. But I know he feels like shit. But no, yeah. keep going. I can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
This.
So we just golfed, man. It was fucking great. Did 18 holes. I know you guys heard me say this before. I told you Nick Winey's the best Snapchatter out there. I got his permission to give his Snapchat out.
Oh.
He is set to private, so he might have to add you. So if you add him, you don't see his shit right away. And he doesn't do a lot. Like I said, I think some people, he had told me, some people think it's repetitive what he does. I think it's fucking hilarious. I was on pretty much his whole entire story yesterday, which you saw.
Yeah.
But it's just N Winey. So N is in November, then Winey, Winey. Just look him up on Snapchat. It's fucking hilarious. So hopefully he'll add you. Or I told him, you need to just take it off private. You know what I mean? Yeah. But hopefully he'll go through and add you and
we could tweet that shit. If he says it's okay. Yeah, he's good. For most Snapchats that I follow, they're just close friends, or there's titties involved. If it's somebody I don't know that well. If I didn't know Winey, I would still follow him because his shit is funny.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's top of the game. Him and like I said, Dane Peterson's my other favorite. Okay. It's Rob Long's friend. He's my friend too, but I know him through Rob Long. Yeah. But he's good. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I'll bring it up later. I got it written down. There's a Snapchat, something I want to talk about on Snapchat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I don't want to interrupt this. This is your story. Yeah. Way better. Go ahead.
So yeah, we just with golfing is fucking great. Papa Harris was out there. And mad respects to Papa Harris. He was out there. He fucking killed it.
No shit.
Until we went closed the bar down. He was out there time golfing, and I don't know, probably didn't get hammered like what we did, but he was out there the whole time celebrating with the son. Harris's older brother came out. Harris is fucking great.
I've met his brothers. I don't think I've met Papa Harris.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. But
yeah.
Nah,
you'll see him. I'll
see him in a few days. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fucking great. So, we golf had a great time. We let some fucks pass through us because we had 4 people that were actually golfing, and there's a twosome. A gruesome twosome. They're fucks, so we let them play through.
They're fucks, though.
And the thing is, I don't know a lot of people out there who golf, but there's different tee boxes that you hit from, closer to the hole. Well, the blue's always the furthest back, and these guys show up are you guys golfing on the white? We're yeah. They're where's the blue? And it's right next to them, they're doing it on purpose or whatever. Okay. They fucking suck. They're golfing in sandals. We had to wait. They never even caught up to Harris's group. Jesus. They were horrible. So but they only played 9, so we didn't have to deal with it on the back 9. Like I said, I was just drinking the entire time. So it was a blast.
You sent me multiple texts throughout the day of shit that you wanted me to write down or whatever, or just talking bullshit. Because I was at work, I did a 24-hour shift at the firehouse.
Yeah.
And it was Saturday, pretty busy. But I remember it was early. I remember getting your text around lunchtime, and you sent me a text. I can't remember what it said, but at the end of it, you were like, "Yeah, I think I'm kind of faded already." I'm oh shit! I'm hell yeah, they're doing it right.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was great. And then, like I said, we just finished up golfing, and then had some drinks. Winey, every time he goes golfing, he just takes a bunch of the fireball shooters. So I had probably 3 of those.
That's disgusting.
In 18 holes.
Shame on him.
No giving him out. So no, but it was good. And Harris loves to golf. So he did. I don't know if you know, but in high school he got second in state golf.
No shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, second to last. Swear to God.
Well, like I said, he's an alcoholic. He's been an alcoholic for a long time. I think, early high school, he's started his horrible addiction. Just kidding. He's not alcoholic at all. And I don't know anything about his golf game. Yeah. That's cool, man. I know he likes it. I didn't know how good he is.
Absolutely. So we went back after golf. I'm trying to think if anything else happened in golf. Besides Vasco just fucking around.
Oh, Little League Boogie, right?
Yeah. Just messing around. It was good times, So then we went back to the hotel, went to check in. And Long and Hugh, they showed up. And
nice.
So we went to eat, get some drinks. And So after that, after we ate, then they went to like check in or like get ready to like to go out and like freshen up or whatever. So as we're sitting there, I guess Hugh, he doesn't like any like minimal temperature. Like he gets super cold. So he's like, hey, can I like wear your hoodie? He's like, I don't fucking like the cold. I was like, I mean, I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
You're a small guy. I'm like, you can wear it.
Yeah.
Then we're sitting up there just like waiting for everybody to go out. And he's like looking out the window. He's like, fuck. He's like, there's a clothing store down there.
Right.
He's like, I think I'm going to go get a hoodie. So he like took it off. So him and Long go down there. And as we're waiting.
It wasn't that cold last night.
No. But like I said, I'm a big dude, so I stay warm pretty well. But
he
just wanted something light. And I mean,
gotcha.
the thing is, in our room, though, Vito had the temperature set to like 65 degrees.
I do that.
So, yeah, like in your hotel, you don't have to pay. You're already paying for it, you know what I mean? So it was pretty cold in the room. So we get down there. And I guess...
Real quick.
Yeah.
You think it's because he's Asian?
Maybe.
Are Asians not adaptable to cold?
I don't know.
I wouldn't think so. Because you think about like Genghis Khan and like...
Right. Yeah, he murdered bitches.
They were murdering bitches in like Russia and Northern Europe where it's freezing.
Yeah. He must not have got that gene.
Well, he's from Vietnam, so
yeah.
I don't know how cold it gets there. We're gonna get to the bottom of this because that's weird. Like he's a man. Like it's beautiful spring outside. He shouldn't be like, hey, I need you to. Can you give me your hoodie for survival? Like, you suck it up. Like you're drinking, you shouldn't get cold. If it was like wintertime. And he's like, fuck, man, I didn't bring my coat. Then, yeah, but no.
Right.
Like, that's weird. It's suspect.
Yeah.
Get at us, dude. Let us know what's going on, man. I don't know if you're eating enough vitamins or something. You shouldn't be that cold.
I get it.
And the same thing with hotels. Like, as soon as I get in a hotel, I drop the temperature to like 50. Because when I sleep, I got to be, I like it cold, man. But then again, you know, I'm on some man shit. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
So he goes down, he's going to get something. Well, I guess when they walked in, Long... And it's just people who don't know Hugh. He was a sergeant, like with us. Well, I wasn't a sergeant, but he was in our unit. And he was a sergeant. So I guess they walk in and he goes, "Hey, Hugh, you have to buy this shirt and wear it the rest of the night." And he goes, "You can't look at this." Hugh agreed to it before even looking at the shirt.
I like that.
Long stuck him in the 1-2-3 game. So he fucking comes in, and the shirt it's like a bluish color, but I think it's kind of like the denim color.
Okay.
And it's a long sleeve shirt that he rolled up, and it has like frills on it.
Okay.
And it's like painted. And like the best part about this shirt is every time you look at it, you see something new. Like on the back, it was painted this giant tree, and it had this worm that was like reading a book. So it was like a bookworm. It had like around each button had like flowers painted, and then it had like frills all around like the collar.
Like frills? You mean like a carpet kind of like?
No, not like a frill. It's kind of like on women's underwear, like the frill top stuff. Like lace, I guess maybe is a better word.
Shit.
Like, yeah, I don't know why I said frills, but like a lace. It's like a white lace. And of course this motherfucker makes it look good because he makes anything look...
He's a fucking good looking man.
Yeah, he's very good looking. And,
has a body like a Grecian god. Jesus Christ.
So he's obviously rolls it up, and it's so funny. Like he walked by and I'll see everybody would look at him. Yeah. And then they just nod like, yeah, I get it. You know, like he could pull it off.
Yeah, some people pull that shit off.
Yeah, so he's wearing that. And it's just like, it's fucking hilarious. Like I'll get some pictures of this shirt.
We'll have to get a picture. And then if we don't get his okay, like to use his face, which he probably will. But if not, or if we'll just blur his face out. And
well, the thing is, so they go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Well, Maverick goes to the bathroom and then Hugh went in shortly behind him. Yeah. You know how there's... guy etiquette. Yeah. Like, there's 3 urinals. Maverick's in one. You don't go to the middle one. You go to the right next one. Absolutely. And so Vito looks at Hugh wearing the shirt. It's like, why aren't you standing next to me? And he's just like, it's just etiquette. He's like, okay, you want to switch shirts? Vito said that. So they come walking out, like, we'll see if the guy knows. So, like, Maverick's wearing the shirt. Yeah. And then Hugh puts on Maverick's pearl snap and his John Deere hat. Mm-hmm. Makes that look good, of course. It's just fucking annoying.
That's unfair.
No, it's great. So they're out, and the best part about this whole thing is Harris looks at Vito and goes, hey, 1, 2, 3, you have to wear that shirt with a tie tucked into slacks at my wedding. Fucking Harris stuck him. So shit. I'm going to be getting that shirt from, who's going to get it from Hugh? I'll get it from, and then Vito's going to be wearing it. So you'll see it at the wedding.
God, dude, that is fucking great.
Yeah, dude, it was a fucking great one. Dude, there's some great 1, 2, 3s that happened. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Long. got stuck at Vasco with drinking a random beer that was left on the table.
I saw a Snapchat of that.
Yeah, I got him to chug it. And then they found like this other drink. And then Harris was trying to get somebody to 1, 2, 3 to drink this random drink.
Okay.
And then Vasco's like, I'll do it. And then they didn't fucking stick each other. So then they kept going back and forth until they were like, just fucking flip a coin. Like if somebody's gonna do it, like don't try to like keep going back and forth to say the right number.
That could take all night. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they flipped a coin. Harris got stuck.
Nice.
Well, lost the fucking coin flip. Yeah. And then he fucking pounded a drink like a champion though.
Nice.
So those are a couple good 1, 2, 3s.
That is good.
That had happened. I don't remember some other ones. Like somebody tried to 1, 2, and I don't play the game. Mm-hmm. I like to watch and participate or like give people ideas like, hey, do this. But I'm not gonna. If I'm not gonna play myself, I'm not gonna go up to somebody.
If you don't accept them, you can't.
Yeah. So, but there's this older couple that somebody tried to get one of us to 1, 2, 3. They were dancing in the bar to like go in and cut.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just ask if you can cut in. And then if he says yes, then just grab him and start dancing with him.
That's great.
I don't think anybody got stuck with it. But yeah, those were a couple good ones, man. We just went to a couple bars and hung out. I was at one bar, and there's shit ton of bachelorette parties.
Oh, yeah, downtown.
And there's a guy down there. I'm trying to remember what he was wearing. It was like a backwards blue hat, like with Mickey Mouse ears. This big, obnoxious, like, bow tie, like, different colors, and, like, a bib. And he had a balloon tied to his belt. In the back it said, get well soon. I'm thinking it was his bachelor party. I don't know why else he would be. Unless he beat, like, cancer or something.
It was probably something fucked up, too. Like, something to draw attention. And then, like, something like, because people are going to ask what's going on.
Yeah.
And it was probably some, like, agreement. Like, anytime somebody asks you what the costume is about, like, you got to suck their dick or something like that, you know?
Right.
Nobody asked them what was going on?
No, but I was buying a drink.
You should have did it. You probably would have sucked your ass dick.
Oh, lucky. But I was buying a drink, and there's, like, this bachelorette party that was kind of right behind me, and there weren't very many of them. Mm-hmm. And I heard one of the chicks say to the bachelorette, she's like, go get a picture. And she's like, no, there's a bunch of people around there asking. And I just turned around and I said, hey. She looks at me. I said, go get your fucking picture taken. I was like, you're a bachelorette. You fucking cut in front of everybody.
Right.
And she's like, okay. So she just like went. I was like, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
And so then, because it's like kind of a small area, like in the downtown area, like I had seen her again.
Yeah.
Like we were walking downstairs to go to this bar, and I saw her, and I came back up. I was like, hey. I was like, you got that picture, right? She's like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. She just started laughing.
You, miss.
She just started laughing, and then we just went to the bar. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I know you said earlier, and I want your opinion on it. I know you don't like bachelorette parties. I don't mind them.
I mean, I don't. No, go ahead.
I was saying, I don't mind them. I like to go up to the bride, and I was like, because, you know, like, they're out, like, you know, their day's coming. A lot of brides obviously, like, really look forward to getting married. A lot of them probably plan it since they were, like, 12 years old and stuff like that, you know. So I always like to ask, it's like, hey, like, when's the date? Like, when are you getting married? And I always say the date, and I always say, hey, congratulations and good luck to you. Because I think it makes it feel good. Mm-hmm. What I fucking hate is when I go up to a bachelorette. Yeah. Granted, you're at a bar, you're in public. You don't know who's going to approach you for what reasons, but you should know you're at a bar and you're out in public. People are going to come up and talk to you.
Right.
If you're wearing the sash, you're fucking carrying soccer, you know, you're doing all this shit.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you go up, like, hey, you know, when's the wedding? And then, like, a fucking, like, the maid of honor or something cuts you off or something. Like, no. Like, I'm going to fucking say congratulations to her. Like, I'm not, like, trying to hit on her. And even if I was, you're not going to stop me. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just want to tell her congratulations. Not, like, suck my dick.
Yeah.
You know, that comes, like, an hour later.
That comes, like, an hour later after a few shots.
But it's like, Jesus. Like, I mean, I get you're trying to be overprotective, but at least just see what I have to say. You know? You know, go up there and just, like, rip her clothes off or something. I just fucking, it pisses me off.
Some people might be from out of town.
Yeah, it didn't happen to me last night.
No, I know.
I'm just saying, I never got caught. Everybody was fucking cool. I saw, like, 4 or 5 of them and told each one. Yeah. But it doesn't happen very often. But when it does, man, I don't know. I just get so pissed. Like, I'm trying to be nice.
Dude, I would get pissed for you because I know how nice of a guy you are and how I've never, and I don't want to start sucking your dick, because we do this sometimes, but every time, I've never met anybody that say anything bad about you.
Right.
You're just a fucking awesome dude. So, like, yeah, if I saw, like, you going up to try to give somebody, like, hey, congratulations, and they were like, hold up, you know, if they started acting stupid, I'd be pissed off too.
Right.
I'd get mad. But no, I don't like super drunk people. You know what I mean? Right. And I get super drunk sometimes. I think I'm still at my age.
Yeah, I think you hold it together.
I think I hold it together pretty good. I'll joke around, but if I could tell like who wants to fuck around and who doesn't.
Right.
You know, with both, and that goes with bachelor parties and bachelorette parties.
Right.
You know, like if you go downtown or whatever, and you're just fucking around and maybe watching, I don't know, fucking a football game or a baseball game or something.
Right.
Then a party comes in. If they're like a 15 chicks or 15 dudes coming in, if the party's obnoxious and they're stupid, I'm like, get the fuck on.
I don't mind, and I agree with you. But if like groups come in and they're laughing with each other, and
That's
they're not,
okay.
that's
okay.
perfectly fine because we all know how my laugh is, and it's fucking you can hear it from across town. So, but yeah, like I actually had somebody tell me, had somebody tell me they're like, I like your laugh, like last night.
Yeah.
So. And I was like, it's a funny laugh. I got a friend who's a firefighter, so.
Did you say that?
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck? She's like, okay. I was like, and I just like went off. So I just thought it was funny because that's obviously the
our tag,
podcast, so
our fucking
people who
deal.
Didn't register that, but yeah,
yeah. No, I don't dislike it, and I do the same thing. Like I don't go downtown a lot. I'm not hanging out a lot unless it's for like an event like that. And then but they. And there's groups, and I try to wish people like, hey, good luck, or this too. And I'll participate if they're like, hey, spend $1 and then you get this dick popsicle or eat the dick popsicle off of whatever. I'll participate. But some, and I don't want to sound sexist. Well, I do. I don't give a shit. But like sometimes drunk chicks are just fucking out of control, and just like, Jesus Christ, like, you guys aren't that funny, like just get going, like shut up.
Yeah, we had. We had a party that came in. A bride, she was doing the suck for a buck, where you just give her like $1 and you get little. And like I bought one, I think Long bought one. I mean, I just gave her $3, and I was like, just keep it, like it's for your wedding. And her name was Jenny. Yeah. And so like we saw a couple times. We saw a couple times. Every time she'd walk by, we're like Jenny, like the maid of honor. I can't remember her name. She was cool as fuck. Like she's like they stood there after a while and like talked to us for like 10 minutes, and then they came back like, oh, we saw him on the street later. They stopped and talked to him again. So like I like that shit. I like making that connection like with people. I'll never see him again. If I do, I wouldn't remember. You know what I mean?
And especially like you said, it's a small area. There's a few bars people go, and I've had good experiences with groups or whatever. And they're like, hey, what's up? Hey, you guys again? But just sometimes it's annoying. And earlier I was talking about on Twitter, Mean Streets of Omaha.
Oh yeah.
They tweet all day. I remember last night I saw two things that I remember seeing. I was like, oh shit. Well, there's a bunch of shit that happened last night. Last night, the city's been crazy lately. The city's just been crazy lately. But last night it said they got called to a center in like Midtown that does events, and it said they called 911 because somebody in the wedding party was overdosed on alcohol.
Oh, okay.
25-year-old male, like overdosed on alcohol, unconscious but still breathing or whatever.
Yo, dog, shut the fuck up. We're trying to record.
Hey, we're recording here. Jesus fucking Christ. And then the next tweet, it said the groom was being transported to the hospital.
Oh my God.
Code 2. And it's just like,
shit.
You gotta be shitting me. Like, you just got married a few hours ago. You're already unconscious, like drinking.
Dude,
that's fucked up. People get crazy, dude. And then the other story I heard was hold on, I'm gonna close this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shut the fuck up. The recording light's lit,
Sons of bitches.
But the other thing I saw was it said a 30-year-old male. It was downtown because they on main streets they always say what rigs are dispatched.
Okay.
So it was a downtown rigs dispatched to a 30-year-old who was assaulted, who was like unconscious. He got thrown and beaten, and he went to the trauma center, code 3 trauma center candidate. I'm like, fuck, I got friends down there, and they're Army friends. Like, hopefully if it was them, they did the beating.
For sure.
But I follow them, and you should follow them just to see.
Yeah, you were telling me about it earlier. I think
crazy,
I might,
man.
for sure.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, they tweet a lot, but a lot of the shit they tweet is just unbelievable. All the shit that goes on just in one city. It's not a giant city either.
Right, yeah, no, not at all.
Unbelievable. It's fucked up, but... No, okay, so go ahead. You guys are downtown. You guys did hit the dub.
Yeah, we hit it up. And that's the bar that we stayed at most of the night, dude. It was fucking great.
That's
a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
Played some pickle cards, or like other people call them pull tabs.
Yeah.
So put $2 in, won $1, just used it for like towards drinks, it's not bad. But no, it was great. So, like I said, Vito was with us. He hadn't drank in like 3 weeks. You know, he's like getting in shape, and like I told you, yeah. Shouts out to Vito, man.
Yeah, that's great,
like
man.
I said, since February, he's down 40 pounds. He looks fucking great.
Oh, I bet he looks good.
Just been like killing it. So, shouts out to him. Super proud. Like tell everybody, it's like, hey, have you seen Vito? I'm sure people are probably like getting tired of hearing about it, but
fuck it.
Hopefully it'll get my fat ass moving and give me some motivation. So I see working hard and stuff. He's doing it, be better shape for his daughter and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
but like I said a couple podcasts ago, like real men have curves. So don't be ashamed of your body.
I appreciate it.
We're not body shaming around here. Here we don't body shame. Whether if you're a man or a woman, if you got a nice curvy body, like you look healthy, we're not shaming you. You're in a safe place.
Yeah.
You know you're in a safe place.
I like it.
So no, I don't think you need to lose anything. If you have your own goals, I'll support that, and I'll be like, hey, whatever you want to do, man, I'll support you. If you need me to help you with something, I'll do it. But other than that, man, I think you look great. You're all tanned up and shit. Beard's looking fucking good. It's trimmed.
Yeah, I trimmed it up. Yeah, I figured to trim it and get it to that perfect length for the wedding.
No, but you look fucking great, dude. Don't think that you need to lose any kind of weight, man. You look fucking great. Vito, yeah, we went out earlier. We'll talk about some food, but we could do that later. But we went to the store to get some more food. We're gonna smoke some shit, cook some shit. He was like, yeah. Since the last time you saw him, he lost like 40 pounds, whatever. I'm like, what's he doing? Whatever. Good for you, man. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
Fucking sweet. So he obviously took a step back from drinking, stuff like that. So he came out, and I mean, we've been drinking since we got to the golf course early. So it was like 11:30. You know, and he has certain, like, just like everybody, you have certain tells, like when you're toasted.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so I could see those tells with him. And he would like push through it, you know, sometimes he just keep going. Yeah. And we were sitting at the bar, and I was like, you doing all right, man? He's like, I gotta fucking go home. And I was like, home? He's like, no, like hotel home. And I was like, all right, man. I was like, you mean to walk back with you? He's like, no, dude, I got this. I was like, well, we always do this thing. It's just like, text me when you get there. Every time I leave my mom's house.
Oh yeah, like, no, that's smart, man. I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, text me when you get there. He's like, all right. So we go back. I had a friend, my old roommate Mercedes. Yeah. She came because she's lives in Austin now, but she came up for a wedding, and I hadn't seen her in months. So she came out for a little bit and got to see, cause she used to live with Harris, so she got to see Harris and Maverick and I. So it was great seeing her for like an hour or whatever.
That's cool.
So then boys wanted to go get some food at the food truck, so we go up there, and I hadn't heard from Vito yet. And it'd been a little bit, so I'm like, what the fuck? So I call him, and he doesn't pick up. I'm like, son of a bitch. I was like, I think I'm going to go like to the hotel and, you know, see where he's at. But then he calls. He's like, hey, sorry, man. He's like, remember I asked if you had like toothpaste? He's like, because I didn't bring any. He's like, where's it at? So I was like, we got to get my bag. And so I'm like going through here. Yeah. So everybody's in line for the food, and I'm just standing back up against the building to get away from the noise and the generator and run it. And I'm talking to him. And as I'm talking to him, I see this black guy, and he was with his girlfriend.
Okay. Was she? What race was she?
She's black.
Okay.
And so he has a cigarette, and it's just hanging out of his mouth, not lit.
All right.
And he's just like patting his pants down, like looking. And I'm on the phone, and I just tell it away. I said, "Hey, man." And I reach in to my pocket because I carry a lighter.
You always do.
Yep.
You've always done it. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't smoke.
Nope.
But you
just never know.
Right.
And like long ass, like, why do you carry a lighter? Because they used to carry like for our uniforms, army uniforms to burn them. And then when I was bartending, the place I bartended, we never had matches, and everybody like probably once a night I felt like I was like, hey, do you got any matches? No. It's just weird that people smoke but don't have a lighter or anything. Right. And it really probably wasn't once a night. It's probably like once a month or something. But anyway, but it was nice just to have one. I was like, yeah, no, but I got a lighter.
Yeah, you're a gentleman.
So I always carry a lighter. So I was like, hey, and I like reached in my pocket, pulled out the lighter. Yeah. He's like, oh, he goes, hold on, boo. And he like ran over here, and I handed it to him. He fucking lights his cigarette, hands it back, takes in a deep breath, goes, cigarette, blows out, looks at me and goes, my nigga. And turned around and walked away. Now, as a white male, that's one of the best things I've ever heard. It's the second time that a black guy has called me that. And it's like my chest pumps up out a little bit. I stand a little bit taller. I don't know why I love it. It's usually like something that like do good or whatever, and they say it directly to you. But it's just the way he, my nigga, just like walks away, dude. I was fucking roll. So immediately, as soon as I hung up,
awesome.
I texted you, and this is I don't even know what time it was
I don't
at
either.
this point, but I was just like, what I say, black guy with cigarette or black guy lighter,
Yes.
put it on the
Yeah.
list because I wanted to make sure that I figured I would remember it, but you just never know.
No, that's fucking funny, dude. That's awesome.
Like I said, it's the second time that it's happened to me, and I just fucking loved it, dude. It was great. Guy was fucking hilarious. So, but yeah, and then we went back to the bar and finished out the night.
Nice.
And so we're sitting there trying to figure out what we're gonna do. And as a bachelor party, Army bachelor party, it's SOP to go to the strip club.
SOP, no doubt, no question.
You want to explain what SOP is for people out there who don't know?
SOP is a term that's used in the military. It's used in paramilitary, like police, fire. It's used in regular jobs, city, state jobs, a lot of jobs. It stands for Standard Operating Procedures, and it's just kind of and sometimes it's SOG, Standard Operating Guidelines, and it's just if this happens, this is what we do.
Every time this happens, this is what we do.
And,
boom, boom, boom.
and depending on the job, depending on the whatever it is, sometimes there's some freedom in it. Like it's not like every time this happens, you do this exactly. But this is depending on every situation, it's different. But it's a guideline or it's a protocol or a procedure that you do. So SOP it's big in the military. There's the SOP for fucking everything, and there's also a SOP for bachelor parties. And that bachelor party for I'm sure every branch is you're at a bachelor party, you go to a strip club.
Right. Now, I don't know what people's opinions are about strip clubs. I don't go to them a lot, maybe once a year. I enjoy them because I don't go to them very often. Like, you can't go there and, like, love it, go all the time. Some people do. They like it. It's not my thing. But I like to go when I'm with my boys, with the Army buddies. You know what I mean?
That's when it's fun.
It's dirty, disgusting. Mm-hmm. You can't fall in love at a strip club, but we know we all fall in love at a strip club.
Yeah.
So we're sitting here, like, talking about, like, what we're going to do. We're trying to get Harris to go.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because he just didn't want to go or if he told somebody he didn't, like if he told his fiance he wasn't going to go or whatever. Yeah. But he was going to go, then he wasn't. Then he was going to go, and then he wasn't. But Long's like, I'm going to the strip club no matter what, if you're going to go or not. And he looked at me, he goes, are you going to go?
Long. Respect.
And he's like, are you going to go? And I was like, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And this is the end of the bar. Again, it's Harris' bachelor party. He's 3 sheets to the wind. So it's probably, he's just like, I probably just want to go home, you know? And that's probably honestly why he just didn't want to go. Right. And I get that too, man. There's a point. But I've been like hydrating with water in between drinks. I mean, at this point, I've been drinking for over 12 hours. It's not bragging, but you know what I'm. You know those days where you.
Yeah, and you're a goddamn pro. Like you're pacing yourself. You're drinking water. Some people don't do that.
Yeah,
some people don't
make sure I get food.
Yes,
you know, stuff like that.
Essentials.
And, yeah, exactly. A nice
SOP.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going like, who else wants to go? And of course, Justin Vasco. He's like, fuck yeah, he's in. Well, our buddy Wilburn, he stopped by. He was working, so he came late. And we're like, we were gonna go out to what's the best one? The Playhouse?
Playhouse.
Yeah, we were gonna go out to the Playhouse, but it's so far away.
Yeah,
we're like, it's like 60. Like Long looked up, it was like $60 to get out there. Be another $60 to get back.
Uber? Does Uber go out there?
I don't know what he looked it up, but it had some. I think it can.
I know he uses.
It can like tell you.
Yeah, it does.
Like how much project it.
It does.
$120 plus your cover. Like that's a lot. To go out to a strip club.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know there's another one that was a lot closer called the Spearmint Rhino.
Yes, Spearmint Rhino.
So we went there, and I asked Wilburn, hopefully I could say his name, but it's too late now.
Yeah, you can.
But I was like, because he only had like one beer, and I was like, hey, do you want to drive us? Because like you're going home, you're not getting hammered. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'll drive you if you want to pay for my cover, which I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Fair
you know, he's driving our drunk asses around to and back, like that's 100% fair. So I was like, yeah, I got you, man. Don't worry about it. So we go. Instantly, we get there, we hit the bar, get some drinks because this one they serve.
Yes.
Yeah.
They serve alcohol. Yeah. It's not fully nude, correct?
No, they have like pasties and stuff like that.
Because they sell liquor like that. If it was fully nude, they'd have to be. Because I don't know if that's actually Nebraska, Iowa. I think it's Carter Lake.
Yeah.
So they have different regulations than in Omaha, but yeah, they can serve liquor because they're not fully nude, which is fucking stupid. Politicians, get your fucking shit together.
Right.
No?
So it's nice, but then like after so long, I think like at 2:00 or whatever, when the bar closes, then you can take whatever you have left, but you could only get beer. and then you go into like the next room. Like it's like there's another room by it. I don't know where they do like the private dances and stuff.
Yeah, I've been to. They've changed names a few times. I've never been to the Spearmint Rhino, and they've been open for a good 3-4 years, I think. Here, it's from Vegas and other places. It used to be Ceres, and before that, it used to be something else. It's down by the airport by I believe Carter Lake. I haven't been there in years, so I don't know exactly. Remember the setup?
Yeah. So anyway, so we go there, and Vasco's like, "Hey, I don't have any cash. Can you cover me?"
Oh, that's son of a bitch. Typical of Vasco.
Yeah, and I was like, "I'll cover you. Just get me some drinks," which I end up sucking for me because I got there, he got me 2 drinks, and then they did last call, and he went to go get me a drink, but they wouldn't sell him liquor. Like, they wouldn't sell anybody liquor. It was just beer. So I'm like, because they made us go into the other room, so I'm like, motherfucker, man. And so then I like tried, you know me, I don't drink beer. I couldn't even get through like a fourth of a Bud Light, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to finish this, which I don't mind paying for him. It's just whatever. I just kind of got the shitty end of the deal, but it's what it is, man.
Dude, I love the story. It's a great story. I gotta pee bad. So I've been drinking. It's early. I've been drinking. I feel like I'm leaving you stuck because you're like right in the middle of a story. I won't even wash my hands or anything. I'll be right back.
I'm not even gonna wash my hands.
I'll be right back.
All right, man. No, it's all right. You gotta do what you gotta do. Excuse me. Now I know some of you are out there listening. Like strip clubs, why would you do it? I mean, you think what you want. I mean, you go there to have a good time. I mean, it's fun. Yeah, it's disgusting, but listen, we're all adults here. Like, if you can't handle seeing naked bodies, people out there listening, you got kids. I mean, most people didn't adopt the kids. Not that there's anything wrong with adoption, but, it's okay. We're all adults. We're all in a safe place. It's fine to see naked women or men, whatever you're into, dancing up on you. It's good. You get out there feeling loved. Like I said, you can't fall in love at a strip club, but it always happens. It always happens. It's SOP not to, but... which is great. So we were sitting, I'm trying to remember what Long called it. So we went and got our drinks, and we went and set up at the stage, and I can't fucking remember. He called it like Smell Lane or whatever. Like that. Do you remember?
What he calls that?
Yeah. Oh. I can't. Dude, I never heard it until last night, and I was fucking rolling.
You know what? He said it to me before. I can't remember what he calls it, but it's something good. Yeah, it is something good. It's something funny.
I don't think Smelly Lane that's not the proper term, but it was like it's something to that effect.
We'll have to get it. We'll get it. We'll tweet it out.
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what you're saying, but I don't remember what he calls it.
Right.
But that's where you have to sit.
Yeah. So we go up there, and there's a guy. So it's us 4, and then there's a guy who sits next to us, and he puts his dollar up there, and he gets his dance and stuff. Or whatever they do, and he fell in love. I saw it in his eyes.
Oh, Jesus.
And I looked at him, I was like, dude, you can't fall in love. He's like, it's so hard not to. Like, I don't even know this guy, which is super funny. So
that's what's fun.
Yeah. This next little portion, we all know like where the night has gone.
Right.
We all know like my state of mind at this point. I don't know why I did what I did next, but
I can't wait to hear it.
To set the scene for you, everybody knows I have a big Batman tattoo.
I thought you were going to say you got a big dick. I don't think we know that. Let us know.
I got a big Batman tattoo. I was wearing a Batman shirt. So we're sitting there. Anybody's never been to a strip club, what you do is you put $1 in front of you. Stripper will come up.
It can't be $1, but if you're balling,
yeah,
it's a Hondy.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Do $1.
More, yeah. More money you do, more they'll do. They'll dance in front of you, shake stuff. Sometimes they'll like put your face in their breasts and their titties, which is weird because like they did that to me and then they just like did it to Long, and then like all that went through my head was like Long was just here, and then they went to Wilburn and then he's like, she smells nice, and I was like, she does. But why I did this and the best part about was Long's reaction.
Yeah.
And if I remember it right, like I said, I'm wearing all this Batman stuff. She's like, stand up. So I've had my $1. She takes the $1. She's like, stand up. And why I said this next sentence, I have no idea. But when I go, call me Bruce. I don't know. And as soon as I said it, I just go, oh no. Like in my head.
No.
Because I don't know why I said it. Because I know. Because I said it loud. It's like, call me Bruce.
Oh,
and Long's like, fuck no. Do not call him Bruce. She called me Bruce.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I was just like, I've never done that ever in any of my entire
great.
life. And I just, like, I stood up, I said, call me Bruce. And it's fucking, it's like, it's one of those moments, like, why did I just say that?
Fuck it, dude.
So I thought it was fucking, then I start laughing at myself.
Yeah.
And obviously Long was just fucking around, but we were talking about it on the way home. He's like, why? I was like, I don't know. I don't know why I said that, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then so we went and went to the next room, and there's this one guy. So they have, at the Playhouse, when you get a private dance, you go in the room, they close the curtain, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But here, you're just in a room, there's like a love seat, and like the wall's close enough where like the chick can like reach her hands out against the other side of the wall, but like it's still in the love seat. It's a very small room, but it's open, and they're just like around in this room, so you could just look in and see what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
And there's a sign up that's $25 for a private dance. Okay. $25 is usually lasts
cheaper than the Playhouse.
Yeah, sure. It usually lasts a song.
Okay.
So this guy, he's a big guy. This chick was dancing on him. I'm not kidding you. It had to have been. Pause. Here's the gummy bear thing for the hydraulic press.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was telling him about the hydraulic press, about the gummy bear, and he said if you see it, let him know.
Yeah, let me know, because I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I know a lot of you guys are wondering what was going on in this room. We'll get back to it.
For the hydraulic press, there's just there's a series of videos online that are just like
here it goes.
Oh, here it goes.
So there's just a bunch of little gummy bears that are all stacked and
oh shit!
And it does exactly what you would think. It's pretty fucking sweet.
If you haven't watched these videos, watch them. It's oddly satisfying.
It is.
Just like there's videos where just people like power spraying, like decks or steps or whatever, and then like these just watching shit get smashed.
Yeah, here's the big one.
Oh, there's the giant one. Okay.
Yeah, so this is one gummy. It's probably what a pound gummy bear, like a 1 pound gummy bear. It's blue. They don't have it laying down. It's a bear, obviously, because it's a gummy bear. It's sitting. And it's gonna fuck shit up. It's bending. They do it in slow motion, which is fucking really sweet. Stop it. Oh, gotta adjust it.
Yeah. Get it.
You put it back in there. Here it goes. Whoop. So just how it fucking molds and shit. It's so awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, back to the strip club. So
that's sorry. That's odd.
Yeah.
Like you have to watch. I mean, you just watch it.
It's a must.
Sorry, man. Back to the strip club.
So we're sitting there. This guy's a big dude. This chick, this stripper, had to have been dancing on, like, no joke, for like half an hour straight.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what kind of money
Respect.
he was pulling.
Yeah.
But like, this is a place where they wear pasties. Mm-hmm. She was not wearing them at all. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like, I've been to some bad strip clubs. Yeah. Like, all these girls at the strip club were beautiful.
Okay.
Like, beautiful women. I mean, they were all, I mean, which is, that's pretty sexist, but, you know, I mean, you know, like.
No, what's sexist?
I'm just saying, like, like, ugly chicks can't.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think sexist is the right word.
But
you know what I mean? So, but. Again, you don't see people my size dancing for Thunder from Down Under either. You know what I mean? So they should. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, women are beautiful, and so you feel loved when you go there. That's why it's hard not to fall in love.
Right.
So big shouts out again to Wilburn for driving us.
Yeah.
So we go back. Long and I are talking. We need to do an animal fact because that's obviously his new section. We need to do one for the end of this podcast.
Yes.
And he goes, "You want to make a guest appearance?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Great. So we go up to the hotel, gets her. I go downstairs just for a good nightcap.
Yes.
And we go in, we go sit around in like the corner, and he puts his phone down.
Yeah.
And it's a 5-minute piece. You haven't heard it.
I haven't heard it yet. I mean, I can't wait to hear it.
So today, we're recording this on Sunday. Long and I recorded this animal fact at like 3:30 this morning.
Jesus.
We re-listened to it. We thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I have not listened to it clear-minded, so I don't know.
I'm sure it's no doubt in my mind that it's not good. No doubt in my mind.
So then we get done, like when we're recording it, we're listening to it, and like these two guys come around. They're like, "Hey, are you guys staying in this hotel?" We're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Okay." Like 2 workers. Then they just leave, and Long's like, I mean, what if we weren't?
Right.
You know, so I mean, like we weren't loud. We were just in the
Yeah.
corner. So they probably, I don't know what they. My guess is they came over and just wanted an excuse to see what we were doing.
Yeah.
They probably heard, oh, that's probably Pagnasty from Nasty and
They
Friends.
probably knew. Yeah.
But
Saw that dick.
yeah.
Saw that big ass dick.
So Long's pretty faded. I was obviously pretty faded. So you'll hear it at the end.
can't
And I
wait.
make references like you guys you'll hear me talk about that because I'm gonna talk about it during the podcast and shit. But yeah, we'll listen to it like after.
Yeah, after this,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
It's
can't
good.
wait a week. I can't wait a week. I mean, it's sitting in our Gmail. I mean, so I listen to it, but yeah, I can't wait till the podcast comes out. Or this podcast won't come out for a few weeks.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because we have another one that's pre-recorded, just me and you from last week.
Yeah.
That'll record. Yeah, we'll listen to it after this. I'm
Yeah.
excited, man.
So it's good. So I mean, that was the. Excuse me. That was the bachelor party, man. Like I said, I know Harris had a
That
great
sounds fun,
time.
man.
Dude, it was fucking blasted. 1, 2, 3 games were in there.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll try to get a picture where you'll see Vito.
Oh, at
he's
the
like
wedding.
wearing it.
Yeah.
It's great because Vito, even though he's lost all that weight, like it's still like tight.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, my God, that's awesome,
It's
man.
beautiful. And like I said, every time you look at it, you see something new. Like on the right arm, it has like feet on it. Like it's.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah, and I think I took a picture of it on my Snapchat and I put lost 1, 2, 3 game, but it's like dark.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see. So
I watched a lot of the snaps last night and this morning. Yeah, it looks like you had a good time. Sorry I missed it, but it's fucking working. It's all good. I can't wait to see it. A couple things that came to mind during your story. I want to talk about strip clubs. Before that, like the 1, 2, 3 game. We've talked about the 1, 2, 3 game a bunch on the podcast. And yeah, one of the big things is you propose that dare or that bet, whatever you want to call it, and you hash out the details. You know, so yeah, I'll do this, but the stipulations are I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take pictures, or this can't happen, or whatever. You know, you hash out the details. This is only going to happen for an hour, or whatever. You hash out the details, and then you count down. And then that way, when it happens, you're not arguing about it. Well, no,
right.
I just got to put the shirt on. I don't got to wear it all night or whatever. But you hash that out. As far as strip clubs go, yeah, man. We've talked about strip clubs maybe every
other episode.
Well, we haven't got deep in it. You know, we haven't got deep in it.
Well, like I said,
Today we got asked about the strip club.
Yeah, we did. And he said, "You ever been to a strip club?" And I go, "Less than 12 hours ago."
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And it was a kid. And the kid's like, you ever been to a strip club? And yeah, of course. Of course. I was going to take you to a strip club. But no, anyway, the thing about strip clubs, for people who aren't familiar with it or don't know, they're fucking awesome. But like for me, like and this is how my thought on strip clubs. Like, yeah, a lot of strip clubs, they're shady places. So I watch my back, and anytime I go to a strip club, I'm with the crew. Like we're doing it with the army, we're out of town or whatever. Usually there's a bunch of us, and there's people in there. They got different intentions or whatever, and so I'm watching my back. But it's just fun, and for me, it's like women are beautiful. They have sexy bodies, and and they're working.
Right.
But they'll come up and be like, hey, and they try to get you to spend more money, whatever, and that's cool. But for me, like it's just the experience of being there with your friends.
Yeah.
And we're always there for like special occasions or if we're out of town with the army.
Yeah, and I would never go to a strip club by myself. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just...
No, yeah, some people, I had a friend that, used to do that, and I'd be like, that's fucking weird. Because you see that. When you're there, I watch everything.
Yeah.
No matter where I'm at. I got a 360, I got my head on a swivel, and I'm sizing people up, I'm looking at stuff. When I'm at the strip club, I notice the dancers, of course, because they're naked and they're fucking dancing and they're gorgeous. And I notice other people who are around us, people in the corners and shit. But I notice people there by themselves, and I'm like, but I don't judge. I don't judge them. You know,
Yeah.
Like maybe you're awkward, maybe you don't have friends, whatever. Maybe you're weird. You can't get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Do your thing, man.
Absolutely.
That's what that strip club is for whoever wants to go there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
For parties or dudes who are just like, I'm never
Just
going to see a
lonely.
girl naked.
Right.
I got money. So this is how I do it. Whatever. I'm not judging. And then there's couples. The thing that's even almost as depressing to me And it shouldn't be, but it's almost as depressing as like somebody there by himself, like the couples that are there trying to spice up their like marriage or whatever. Yeah, it's like do whatever you got to do. You spice up your marriage, do it however you want to do it, But it's just weird. Like sometimes, like them, like I'm like.
I like to go like with female friends. Like it's fun.
When you bring women to the strip club, it's the best.
Yeah.
Because the girls like. The dudes, they'll come. You give them $1, they'll rub boobies in your face, whatever. They smell like glitter. They smell like fucking coconuts. They smell like vanilla. It smells delicious, and that's cool. Like I like it. But yeah, when you bring a woman to the strip club, they're all over the woman. They're grabbing ass. They're grabbing titties. They try to get titties out. There's this strip club story I have of a friend of mine, a woman. That went to the strip club, and I don't know if I'm gonna tell that. This is a few years ago, and I don't know if I'll tell that story. It doesn't matter. But when you bring girls to the strip club, titties are always out. And then when you do see, like even if it's a couple, whatever, and you're like, it's kind of weird. Like some couples, it's fine. It's like, oh, they're just having fun.
Yeah.
Like boyfriend or girlfriends at strip clubs, I think it's kind of fun. But you could tell when it's like an older couple, and they're like. We're just doing this to spice up our, and then it's just kind of like, it seems awkward. Crazy. Yeah, it seems awkward. Yeah. But titties always come out. Girls want to rub on titties. They'll pull the girls on stage, You got to, for a bachelor party, you got to pay money. Like, usually what happens at a male bachelor party, of course it's it's a bachelor party. What happens at a bachelor party?
I was just going to let it slide.
What happens at a bachelor party is, and this happened every time we go to a bachelor party, or like if somebody's birthday. This just happened in Des Moines at the lumberyard, but somebody turned 21 from our unit, one of the younger guys, and you pay money, you get them on stage, and they take a belt, they'll tie you up to shit, they'll beat the shit out of you, dump ice on you, humiliate you.
Rip that's your what we want to see. Band.
Yeah, that's the shit you want to see is your friends get beaten, humiliated, and embarrassed.
Yeah, because that's what great friends do.
That's what great friends do, exactly. It's just a fun experience. Like you were talking about Long, I can't remember either what he calls it, the front row. It's not Sniffer's row. It's something good, though, that I've never heard before either. But, you get in the front row. You get involved, and it's just a good time. Like, Long's a strip club expert. Yeah. Some of us are experts, and it's just about having fun and being with the crew.
Yeah, it is. And I'm like, if you're going to go to a strip club, I mean, you could go and, like, watch the girls from back. But, I mean, you're going to their job. Like, I'm going to promote them. Like, that's why I know. Like, I go, like, JPAG, she's been to strip clubs before.
Shouts out JPEGs.
She always has fun. Like she goes with friends. She goes, no offense, because I just would never go to you. She's like, I know you go, and I'm okay with it because it'd be different if you were addicted. But she's like, I don't want to. You're my husband. I don't want to see that. Which I totally get it too. But so I mean, like you said, with the whole couples thing. So,
but she goes to women's strip clubs or male strip clubs.
We don't women's strip clubs. I mean, she got strippers for her bachelorette party.
Girl strippers or male
no, male strippers.
Oh. Shouts out JPAG.
Yeah, it was awesome. I wish I could have been there just to watch it because I guess my mom was there and she was fucking like
shouts out Mama Pagnasty.
Dying laughing. Just a bunch of fucking women. These men, and it wasn't like they didn't go to a strip club. Like they brought them to the hotel.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so I remember hearing the story.
It was fucking. That's sweet. I would have just absolutely loved to have seen it because Jen, when she gets nervous, she laughs, and so I'm sure she just fucking laughed the entire time.
Dude, strip clubs, I imagine, is different because they got dudes in tight, like, banana hammocks, and they got just cock flopping, and it's just flopping, bouncing on faces and titties and shit. It's disgusting. But,
it's disgusting.
And then as far as, like, the strip club, like I said, like, it's like we're hanging out, we're having fun, and we're seeing how people react, especially when you got young guys in the Army unit. Yeah. A guy turns 21, or, like, Slayer, never been to a strip club before. How's he gonna react when the chick's like, "Hey, sugar, what's up?" Rubbing titty in his face.
Yeah.
Like, is he gonna? And like I've had girlfriends in the past be like, "I don't want you going to strip clubs or whatever." Like, I don't. And I'm like, well, why? Like I think some people think that when you're in a strip club, you're like you're boned up and you're just like no, like to me it's.
Well, I mean, besides your last strip club story.
Yeah, the only time I've ever got a boner in the strip club is from the podcast a few episodes ago when I got the OTP hand job from somebody who wasn't a stripper.
When you think
I've never got a boner.
When you think, it's really weird that you don't. Like being like, because it's a very, very sexual place. But I don't think I've ever gotten a boner at a strip club either.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. It's just weird that you don't. I think it's probably because you're with your friends.
You're with your
You're
friends,
drinking. You're like,
yeah.
oh my God, like that's. And you're like talking in between and stuff. So it's,
No, I just, no, I don't, like for me, I'm not aroused or like, I'm like, I like the women, they're beautiful. And I like to see, like I loved, and I tweeted this a few years ago. We were in Pennsylvania, and I'll get to this too. That brings me up to something else. But just being in the strip club, and I remember tweeting with my man Slayer, critiquing strippers. One of the best times I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Just being like, oh, she's good. Yeah, you could be gorgeous. You could have a crazy body, and you could do, shake that shit. But if you're not doing work on the pole, like pole work, going upside down, like doing shit that talented strippers do, like, that's good. But no, where's the talent at? Like, where's your skills at?
Yeah, when they're flying around that pole,
good,
Jesus, they're strong as fuck.
Coming down from fucking 12 feet up, coming down doing the splits, and you hear those fucking high heel shoes just slapping the ground, and it's just like, bravo, madam. And also,
no, go ahead.
And also the way I feel about strippers, I don't judge, man. Like, they're making a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
You're in the right strip club, you're making fucking hundreds of dollars a night. Some of them probably on drugs,
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
of them, they're just trying to better themselves, and they're using that. I'm not judging that they're using their, because dudes are fucking spending money to see that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not judging them. Like, they're working. I don't think they're just like any other fucking salesman. If you're selling cars, if you're a stripper,
right,
or you're doing anything, like, I don't think you're a bad person because you're a stripper.
No,
I don't necessarily say, oh, she's fucked up. Like, no, fuck, a salesman selling cars could be fucked up too. I mean, I try not to judge.
Selling cars, going home, beating his wife.
Yeah,
you're like,
right,
they're just using their body for
Yeah.
money. Like, there's nothing wrong.
No,
with,
I don't.
It's
I do
literally
not-
the oldest job in the world.
Yeah, well, prostitution.
Yeah.
Prostitution.
Yeah, well, I meant, like, no, using your body for money.
Yeah.
Which,
right.
Is what I mean. Not
Right.
the actual stripping, but yeah.
I would trust a stripper way more than I would trust a politician or anybody.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Like, they're just making a living. I do not judge them. I don't. And like my sister said a comment a couple episodes ago, and she's like, "Yeah, that's just the way Spicy treats women." And she was joking. She might not have in her mind she might not have been joking, but I don't disrespect women. And I say shit on the podcast, maybe like, "Oh, these bitches" or whatever. Just fucking. I don't disrespect anybody.
It's funny.
I
Like,
know
it's
it
a
is
joke,
funny, and I don't
so-
disrespect anybody, and I don't care if you're a stripper or whoever. I don't disrespect them.
Yeah.
And it's a fun time. Strip clubs are fucking great. You're throwing money. They're having fun. They're dancing. Booties are doing this. It's a great time. Yeah, and for if there are any women listening to this podcast,
Still.
your dudes aren't in there just with the boner like, yeah, this is. No, we're just.
I
having
never even
fun.
thought about that until you just said that.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, yeah, I don't think I ever have, because
No.
it's like, it's fun. But
I haven't had my. I did get chubbed up before, and that's because I had my first lap dance was only 2 years ago. The last time I went to PA, I never buy lap dances.
Yeah,
I never buy. Private
Long told
time.
me that.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
Long was the motherfucker that bought me the
Yeah.
lap dance, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want that, But I did it, and then I bought him one, and
Yeah.
bought a couple other people one. But and that's a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, and that brings me up to this. So I follow Bonnie Rotten, the porn star, on Instagram and on Snapchat.
And I never heard of her till you told me
Okay.
about her today.
I don't really watch her porn. Not that I don't like it. I guess I don't. It just doesn't
her
come
type
up.
of porn,
This doesn't
yeah.
come up. She does. I don't know. She does. She's kind of gothic. She does pretty aggressive porn. Not that I don't like gothic and that I don't like aggressive porn. I just don't. I guess it just doesn't come up
Right.
when I search her. But on Instagram and Snapchat, I follow her. She's a beautiful woman. She's young. I mean, she's young. She's early 20s, but she's just. She's beautiful.
Yeah,
so
very beautiful.
She's got tattoos everywhere, and she's the one I told you. She's got tattoos like of spider webs on both her nipples. And sometimes she dresses up, like on Snap and Instagram. I'm just like, you don't have to do that. Like, just her, like showing pictures of her, like going out, whatever. She's just a beautiful woman. I show you a couple pictures of her. Anyway, she was in Philly, I guess this weekend, and it showed her at the museum, the art museum, doing the Rocky Steps and all that. And then They showed her at Double Fucking Visions, the strip club I was talking about, where I got the OTP hand job. That place. She was in there doing the show, and then she went to Wawa's after, which is the place. I don't know if I even told the story where Rob Long pissed on the van.
I know the story, but you didn't tell
threw a ranch over the windshield wipers. And, but I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! If I would have saw Bonnie Rotten at Double Visions,
Yeah, that'd have been awesome.
The time we were there, I don't remember seeing any like celebrities or porn stars there. I know they're advertising for them coming up, but I don't remember seeing any while we were there. But no, strip clubs, no, they're fun. Yeah, and I'm sure there are people that go there and they get boners and they're like, oh, I'm gonna masturbate to this later. And for most of us, it's just like, no, this is cool. These girls are talented. They're beautiful. Who does? And for women that are like, that's disgusting. Most women I know enjoy looking at a beautiful woman just as much as we do, because women are beautiful.
Absolutely.
You know? And I don't judge. I don't judge anybody, especially here at NAF and BDC Studios. It's a safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not judging anybody, man.
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't know if you heard me when you took your piss break, but I was just saying, I'm like, we're all adults here. Like, yes. I mean, and I went off this weird tangent. I was like, a lot of people have kids out there.
Yeah.
Like, how'd you get those kids unless you adopted? Not that there's anything wrong with adopting.
No,
but you know what I mean? It's just like, there's just nothing wrong with it. But I was going to say earlier, fucking Vasco, he kept trying to tell this one stripper that she needs to get goldfish and put them in her heels.
That's old school.
Yeah.
That's from like the 80s,
what the
dude.
Fuck? Which would be fucking hilarious. You think like she walks out and there's like a goldfish.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. But one of them, like, came out, and because they wear the stiletto heels, they're like 6-inch, they're fucking clear.
Yeah.
And the heel part was a gun. And I had not seen that. That was fucking sweet. And I was like, oh, dude, those heels are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if it was long or Wilburn. They're like, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, why would you? I'm like, no, look, it's a gun. They're like, oh, shit, that's awesome. So... Yeah, that's how we ended the night. So
that's
it was
awesome,
good.
Dude.
So
that's a good night, man.
Yeah.
You have to. I think. Yeah, like you said, SOP. You have to end it at a strip club. That's what you do. You know, that's what you do. But yeah, I know. Yeah, some women don't like strip clubs. Some dudes might not like strip clubs. I don't know. Like for me, it's just a fun time. You know. And yeah, if you have a gorgeous woman that smells like fucking vanilla, whatever, put your hand behind your neck and rubs her titties in your face, and it's like, oh fuck, you're fucking awesome, you're a good looking man, and this and that, like, you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
You know? But like for me, it's just, I know what it is.
Yeah, you're paying for the
you're
false
paying for this, you're paying for that.
whatever.
It's fun. You're hanging out with your friends. You're seeing how they react to stuff. You're just having a good
You're
time.
usually drinking.
Yeah, usually drinking. It's nothing more. To me, it's just a good time. But yeah, there are other weirdos out there that are like. Yeah.
If there's nobody out there who's been to a strip club and you want to go, hit us up.
Hit us up. We'll take you.
We can take you. I mean, we'll do it for the good of the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's just a good time, especially for like something like a bachelor party or whatever. Like in Des Moines. We're in Lincoln. We went to a few strip clubs in Lincoln, and then in Des Moines with the Army unit, we were going. There's three that we went to in Des Moines, and the 3 or 4 months that we were drilling there. And no, it's good. Great. Do it. Hit it up.
Absolutely.
And then we've already told the stories about strip clubs in PA, strip clubs in San Francisco. I told the strip club about Chicago, I think. There's strip clubs everywhere. Women are beautiful. Check them out. The fuck. Let's get into no, that sounds like a great bachelor party.
Yeah.
Friday we're gonna be at the Harris wedding. I'm an usher. You're in the actual deal.
In the wedding.
It should be a good time, and then the reception and dinner afterwards. That should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather stays good, and we'll have some stories about that maybe on the next podcast.
Yeah,
especially if some weird shit happens. Weird shit's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. There's no doubt. It's a wedding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Weird shit always happens. It's probably weird in a strip club.
Yeah. But I wanted to talk about food a little bit because I'm trying to bring it back because fuck, we both love food
so much.
Yesterday at work, we made pizza, and it was fucking titties. It was my buddy Kelsey's recipe.
Homemade pizza, right?
Oh,
like I know you said we made pizza, but like homemade crust or
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
We make the dough. We don't make the sauce. I think we might add to the I mean, we kind of
doctor it up.
We doctor it up. So like what we do is my buddy Kelsey, a lot of our recipes, sour braten, pizza, Butterfinger ice cream, which I made yesterday. I'll talk about that too. But we we you adapt to recipes and you add to it and try different things. With the dough, it's pretty simple. Just flour, yeast, and just a couple of cornmeal and a couple other things. And we use a lot of olive oil on the pan and other stuff. But one of the sauces was just sauce out of a can that we doctored up, and then we did a bunch of different meats and veggies. The other one we used cream cheese, like the powder that you make ranch dressing with.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Some garlic and other stuff, and then we just did like a white sauce on top of the dough with chicken and bacon, and then a lot of veggies on there. But that turned out great.
Dude,
homemade pizza is great. It gets expensive, man.
Yeah, I definitely can for sure.
Because with 10 of us, we paid $10 a day. It's a $100 budget. But yeah, we did the stuff for the dough, the stuff for the sauce. And then on top of that, we had bacon, we had beef, we had ground beef, we had ground sausage, we had chicken that we had to cook and then shred.
Fucking sounds
then we
delicious.
had pepperoni, and we had fucking 5 pounds of a 5-pound bag of mozzarella, plus a couple other half-pound bags of just other cheese. And it gets expensive. The veggies are fucking expensive, and then you get olives and banana peppers.
Yeah. So do you guys make out like a list of like what you're gonna eat every day? Or just got
That
like
day.
a menu?
Usually
you
that
just
day.
do it that day.
So I'm on a truck. We'll cook for the set. So this whole set, 5 days, 5 work days, 24-hour shifts. We'll get to work that day. Sometimes we'll plan ahead and be like, hey, we're doing breakfast next day, and we're going to do a roast next day. So we'll pick up. But most of the time we go to work. What do you guys want to eat? We'll look at the ads because we pay for our own food. The city doesn't provide it. So we go to the store that day. We figure out what we're going to buy. And then we cook enough for 2 meals. So 10 people, 10 men, 10 firemen eating lunch and dinner. We're cooking enough for 20 people. So usually for lunch, we're cooking for 20 men or 20, there's women too. So,
Yeah.
we have a woman at our station I talked about. So 20 fire people.
Yeah.
It's firefighters. Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna let you struggle through it. So I was like, I'm enjoying this.
Fire people, firemen, people. We're individuals. We're 20 individuals.
Samsonite.
You get it. There's 20 of us that work hard and that. So yeah, it's not like 20 bitches. It's 20 people that eat a lot. Really, 10 of us that eat in 2 meals. So everybody helps out. I make the salad, and we do that with cucumber, radishes, red cabbage, all that shit. And then the actual meal. It's a lot of food. So a lot of us. So the truck cooks one set, the engine cooks the other set. For this, it's a Saturday. We cooked breakfast, made a few runs, and then we went to the store. And then we're like, hey, pizza's it's going to take some time, and we're going to need some help. We're doing fucking everything's going. All 4 stovetops. We're browning meat, getting meat ready, and
So what happens when you get a call?
Slicing vegetables. Well, depending on what's going on.
You just like shut everything off?
There's at my house there's an ambulance, a fire engine, and a fire truck. So depending on the tone, we'll listen. And sometimes it's for one of us. Sometimes it's for all of us. If it's a fire or whatever. Sometimes it's for all 3 rigs. So depending on what it is. So like trucks cooking, the tones, they give you a warning tone, which is a solid tone. And then the next tone will usually determine if it's a medical call, something, or like an intermediate tone, which is like an automatic fire detection, or a car accident or car fire or something like that, or whatever. Or if it's a building or house fire.
Okay.
So then in dispatch will say, I don't want to say my station, but it'll say
Just
like
whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. Medic 8, medic 88, truck 88, whatever. Or it'll just say medic 88, engine 88, this call. Okay. So we listen for that, and then sometimes it's all 3 of us, and then we turn everything off. Right. Otherwise, like if we're at the truck's cooking, and we're there's like a bubble thing where for medical calls, which are most of our calls, either the engine or truck goes, and we flip-flop for the next call.
Yeah.
So the engine will come up and be like, hey, what do you need us to do? We'll finish getting this bacon brown. This needs to come out of the oven in 20 minutes. So anyway, fucking pizza was great yesterday. I did the Butterfinger ice cream cake, which I got also from Kelsey.
Oh, sounds fucking delicious, man.
I'll tell you about it, dude. It's pretty easy to make. And it's fucking delicious. So you take like one sleeve of like saltines, or some people call them soda crackers. Some people call them other shit. And
those people are wrong.
Those people are fucking old or fucked.
Old.
But so then you take one sleeve of saltines, 2 sleeves of honey graham crackers, and you crush those up fine, and you mix that with, I think I used a stick and a half of butter. Made a crust out of it. Put that down in like a large glass pan. Okay. It was probably 13. It was one of the longer glass pans. Yeah. I made a crust out of it. I put that in the freezer. I took vanilla ice cream. I set it out to get soft. And I took whipped cream. I set that off to get soft. And then once the vanilla ice cream was soft, I used the small boxes. I want to say it's a quart. I used a quart and a half of vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
When it was soft, I added, and this is I just adapted. We kind of adapted this, but I used a half a thing of pudding powder to make like pudding.
Yeah.
Half of it was vanilla. The other half was butterscotch. Usually it's all vanilla. So you don't make the pudding. You just add
use the
powder for pudding, and you mix that in ice cream.
Okay.
So then I mixed that up. Half vanilla, half pudding packet. I put it in the ice cream. I mixed that up. And then I crushed up we used three Butterfingers. I crushed those up. I put just a little bit in the ice cream. I mixed that up. I put that on top of the crust. Laid it flat on top of the crust. Put that in the freezer for a little bit. Then I pulled that out and I put Let me go back real quick.
Yep.
So when you're doing the crust with the graham crackers and saltines, 2/3 of that you use as a crust. The 1/3 of that you're gonna put on top of everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry about that. So then you have your base layer of crust, then the second layer of ice cream mixed with the pudding mix, and a little bit of the Butterfinger. Put that in the freezer. Pull that out. Then you do a whipped cream on top of it.
Jeez.
And on top of that, you put the rest of the crust, which is honey graham crackers and saltines and Butterfinger crushed up on top of that.
Nice.
So then you put that on top of the whipped cream, the rest of the crust and the rest of the Butterfinger on top of the whipped cream, and then you put that in the fridge. And then you win. You pull it out, you fucking win.
Dude, that fucking sounds delicious.
It's really good. I've made it a few times. Like when I make stuff, I'm like, how do I make it better? You know, and it's a lot of flavor in the Butterfinger with the whipped cream and then the crust with the honey crackers, honey grams.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Graham crackers.
Graham crackers. Jesus Christ. Graham cracker crust with some saltines in there with the butter.
You and your words today.
I know. What the fuck? It's early.
I knew what you were talking about. I think people at home knew what you were talking about.
Graham crackers.
Yeah.
Graham crackers and saltines, the crust and on top, and then when you crush up the Butterfingers and put that, I put just a little bit in the ice cream because the crust it's strong. Then the whipped cream with the crust on top is strong. So the ice cream, you could leave that vanilla. You could put pudding mix in there. Put a little bit of butterscotch pudding in there with the vanilla pudding in there, and then. Sometimes it's better to eat before. I mean, you could freeze that for 4 hours and pull it out, and it's like an ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Before that, when you pull it out, it's still soft ice cream, and everything blends together. Really, you could make it. You could just add all those ingredients and blend it up, and then you eat it all together anyway.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. I mean, and then you could adapt that. You know,
sounds fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really good, man.
It's so good. Because like, what happens if somebody comes in and they make something and it's total dog shit?
We talk depending on who's cooking or who's in charge of cooking. We talk a lot of shit. I mean, we're highly critical. The other set, the engine cooked, and they fucked up like almost every meal. It was bad. Like the first day they did burgers, which is a good first day meal, and then you have leftover burgers. You can put that in the eggs, or you can put that in whatever. Same thing with tacos. You do that, then the next you eat that for lunch and dinner. The next day you could have breakfast burritos or whatever.
Yeah.
They made burgers, and it wasn't completely their fault. We were making runs in and out. So like we're cooking, they're cooking, we're all gone next, so I remember we do baked beans, and we're doing baked beans today. I'll get to that. I'll get to what I'm about to throw in the smoker, but the baked beans we do, we'll just buy Bush baked beans, either country style, bold, or home style, and we'll add bacon, we'll add like spicy sausage, we'll add jalapeno sometimes, we'll add brown sugar, honey, we'll just add stuff to church it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So they did burgers, that, and asparagus. I love asparagus.
Oh, yeah.
Not because it only makes your pea smell. I like that, but because it's fucking delicious. Put some Parmesan on there, some olive oil, some salt.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's fucking great. They burnt the beans. They burnt the beans so bad. And part of that is because we're in and out. We're in and out.
It's hard.
They burnt the beans so bad that they had to throw away the pot that they cooked it in.
Oh, my God.
And they salvaged the stuff on the top and served it. But it was all it tasted like was like burnt. You could tell it was on fire. So that was unedible. My burger was cooked well. They cooked it on the grill. My burger was cooked well. My buddy Two Guns, who sits next to me during lunch, his burger was not. It was undercooked by a fuck ton. Oh. So I remember him biting into his burger and blood is dripping out.
Oh, fuck.
So I look over at his plate. He's got the burnt beans. He's got his burger. He's got not like it's like pink. It's blood. He has blood in his asparagus, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, but that whole set they cooked like shit. And then like I tell you what, man. Like I think I got a good poker face. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if I'm nervous or whatever, a lot of people don't know, and I like that. I think you learned that in the Army. Yeah. Like when you got drill sergeant with the knife hand in your face, like what the fuck? You just learn not to move. I think I have a good poker face. On calls, there's calls you get nervous on. There's shit. We just had a bad gas leak the other day, big gas leak, and I remember some dude starts rolling through the scene. He's coming from work, comes down this hill. I walk up to him in my gear. This gas leak, the city's working. Like they're underground, under the street. They dug up the street. They're under the street. They're digging. They hit a fucking natural gas line. And you could hear, a block away, you could hear this gas just hissing.
Jesus.
It's like a 2-inch line, but it had a big hole in it because it's shh.
Right.
So I walk up to this car like, hey man, there's a gas leak. You gotta get out of here. We start evacuating houses around it. This is a big leak.
Yeah.
Leak. I remember walking up to this car, and I have my fire gear on, helmet, gloves. I don't have my face. The only thing not covered is my respirator.
Yeah.
And I remember this dude is smoking. And you could smell the mercaptan in the natural gas leak. Yeah. And I just remember like, oh my God, like this, we're going to explode. Like my captain, it's just me and my captain. The other crews are getting there. It's a full fire alarm assignment. So you got 3 engines, a truck, 2 battalion chiefs, a medic unit, rescue, special ops. They're all getting there. It's in our territory. So we're like one of the first on scene. So I remember telling this dude like, hey, there's a gas leak. You get out of here. Back up. Just go. But I remember seeing this dude smoking and thinking, fuck, any second we could explode. Yeah. My captain's, like on the other side of the street, like he's gonna watch me explode, catch on fire.
Right.
But I get nervous. There's shit that happens or whatever in a fire, or shit starts collapsing or shit starts exploding. You get nervous, you get nervous about that. But you're in the heat of the moment, and then you're fucking working. I almost get more nervous, like on the way to a call, even if it's a bad call. Like this has happened. Okay, you're ready.
Right.
When you're cooking, when you got 10 like big ass steaks on the grill, when you got 10 big ass steaks on the grill and
it's everybody.
Yeah, and you got 9 firefighters inside, you do not want to fuck that up. Like you will get ridiculed, and that's pressure. That's pressure too.
Yeah.
That's just for me. Like I almost get more nervous about like shit like that, or even social interactions. Like when I gotta meet people, than I do like on the way to a fire. Like on the way to a fire, I'm just prepping my gear, making sure everything's positioned right, whatever. And then when I get out, I'm gonna grab my axe. I'm gonna put it in my waist strap. I'm gonna grab my pike pole. I'm gonna hook up with my captain. We're gonna do a 360, and we're gonna figure out a plan of attack. And then we're gonna hump holes for the engine if they have to. But I'm not really super nervous, even when they're like there's possible people trapped. But you're working, so you're thinking,
Yeah, absolutely.
With cooking lunch, you're just like, oh Jesus Christ, don't fuck this up. Pray to God you don't fuck this up. There's more time to think, and there's not the pressure, So cooking, it's a big deal, man.
I bet, because anytime anybody fucks up, how I understand, like with the fire department, you never let it down. So I can imagine when it's people's food, and you fuck up, like it's.
Oh yeah. And it depends on the person too. Like if you're a good guy, like people don't give me a lot of shit just because I'm nice to everybody, and I don't know. People don't. I'm like I always say. I've said this before. I'm DNFW. Do not fuck with. Like people don't give me a ton of shit, but some people, no matter what, even if they do good, they'll critique them. And be like, hey, that could have been better. You know, this is your first time cooking or first time on the grill. You know, shit like that.
Right.
But no, sorry, but went off topic a little bit. The Butterfinger ice cream is really good. The pizza dough recipe, hit me up offline. I will hook you up. We will hook you the fuck up.
Sounds fucking delicious,
Yeah.
man. I want to try that ice cream cake thing.
It's good, man. We've made ice cream cake different ways other than the Butterfinger recipe.
Yeah.
We've done almost the same thing with like Oreo cookies. Crush them up, add butter, put it into a crust on the bottom of a pan, put that in the freezer, come out, and then you mix ice cream with whatever. You could throw candy bars in there, soften it up, throw candy bars in there, throw that down, throw that in the fridge, pull it out, do a layer of like hot fudge, put a layer down, put that in the freezer for an hour, pull that out, whipped cream, freezer for an hour. I mean, you could do ice cream cakes like that. It's so many different ways, you know, different layer, or do the same layer, like 3 different layers, like crust, ice cream, fudge, crust, ice cream. I mean, you could do whatever. Then you could throw like Kit Kat bars in there, Snickers bars, and then but it takes a while if you want to do it right. You know, throw the crust in for an hour in the freezer, pull it out, softened ice cream, But yeah, dude, I like to cook and I like to fuck around like that.
Yeah.
But
Is this one Twix? Like one Twix bar?
We do that with brownies sometimes, or cake or whatever. Like, just throw a whole candy bar in there. Whoever finds it, they're gonna win. You know? Which yesterday, the medic unit came back from a call. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a bad call. They had a bad call last night. They had a real bad call last night. I don't want to talk about it, but it had to do with a bad car accident with a small kid. But earlier in the day, they had a call. I can't remember what it was. They came back. And I was like, hey, how'd it go? What'd you guys go on? Oh, what happened? And my buddy said, well, all we do is win. And I was like, shit, man, that's a fucking good quote. I'm pretty sure that's from DJ Khaled. Where the fuck that is, but still, like, when you said it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, because you're going to cook tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I just have some chicken leg quarters. I got 7 of them. 7 leg quarters. I can't remember how many pounds it is. But right after we record, I'm going to throw it in the smoker. I'm going to put some apple chips and hickory chips in there. I'm just going to smoke it for a few hours. And then either, depending on how, I'm going to cook it at a high temp. I'll cook it close to 300 degrees. Yeah. Or smoke it at about 300 degrees just to get the skin crispy. And then I don't know if I'll finish it in the oven or not. And then we're going to do some bush beans, and we're going to add some bacon and some other shit to it. And then we're going to do a veggie. But yeah, man, shoot. Yeah, I got to feed you, dog. It's going to be good, man.
I'm excited about the fucking chicken. Looks good.
The chicken's going to absorb smoke, and it's going to absorb the flavor really good.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm fucking stoked about it.
Yeah. Bang. It's a little early. It's a little early on a Sunday to be faded, but dude, I'm having a good time, man. I like for real, dude. Like, and for people listening, like hearing about the bachelor party, like most of the stories we tell on here, like some of them are stories like, hey, you have to tell the story, or stories like, dude, no, I want to hear it. I want to hear this. So like I'm hearing it, or Pags is hearing it for the first time too, just like you guys are, and yeah, it's fucking great, man. I fucking love it, dog.
I'm excited for you to see that shirt. Like,
I know.
Vito's wearing it because it's gonna be so tight. Oh, it's gonna be fucking great. It's gonna be beautiful. That was a good one. I think that's probably getting you with it was a great one, but Harris making Vito wear it to the wedding is gonna be fucking great.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So no, I'm excited about it, man. You want just some questions?
Dude, that's a fucking great idea. Yeah, we're about an hour and a half already.
Yeah.
We're fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do some questions, my man. Whoa, real quick. Did you had another bachelor party story?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've totally forgot. I'm glad you brought that up. So I did. So this, I love all bachelor parties. Every time I go to a bachelor party, when I get done with it, I'm always like, that's the best bachelor party I've been to. Right. Like, you were at mine.
Yes.
I loved it.
It was amazing.
Like, this
one of my favorite ones all
this
time.
last night, it was fucking great. Well, this one, it's a buddy from high school. I don't see him very often, but I was in his wedding. And I was living in Lincoln at the time. And he's like, hey, I'm going to have my bachelor party. There's not going to be very many people here. Right. And I was like, all right. So I leave from work, and I head down to Kansas City. Him and his best man, which was his college roommate, he bought them tickets to the Royals game. So they were at the Royals game. Well, the game ended up going into like extra innings and stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
Because it was the year that they ended up, I think it was just this last year.
Winning the series?
I think when they won the series.
Shouts out.
And so I was just at the hotel, and I got there, and he's like, no, we're still at the game. So I was like, oh, you know me, I'll go find a bar, and I'll go drink. So I went to a bar, and I was sitting at this table watching the game by myself, and I felt like this tap on my shoulder. She's like, hey. She's like, are you waiting on somebody, or are you here drinking by yourself? I was like, I'm here for a bachelor party, but the groom and the fucking his best man are at the game, so I'm just waiting for them. And she's like, well, you can like drink with me and my husband if you want. So I was like, all right. It was great because her name was Jen.
Yeah.
And like his name was Dwayne or something. Huh. But they're celebrating like their 5-year anniversary or something. They have kids, and so
they're trying to spice up their marriage.
Yeah, they're trying to spice it up. But no, they fucking bought me shots, bought me a couple rounds of drinks, dude. It was fucking fun. Met them, and they're cool as fuck. So like that was awesome. So we come back to the game. Now, or they get back from the game. Now the thing is he was the best. Chris is the best man's name. He was gonna get gas on his way back.
Okay.
They just didn't come across the gas station.
Okay.
So he's like, all right, it's no big deal. Like we should be able to make it to a gas station to get gas. I'll drive, whatever. It's no big deal because we're gonna go to the Power and Light, which isn't that far away.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So he goes in to start his vehicle. It starts up. And then it dies because he ran out of gas. Oof. Like right there in the parking lot. So I'm like, fucking sweet. Yeah. Well, I have a Ford Edge, and so it's an SUV, so it holds like 5 people comfortably. Now, with...
Are you trying to sell that shit?
Yeah.
Like
the thing is I love it. He's a great friend. He's like, to this day, if I called him up, no joke, I could be like, the groom's name's Andy. I could call him up like, hey, Andy, I need to bury a body. Like, no, right. He would probably be like, all right, I'll help you. Like, he's that good of a friend. I don't see him often. At this time, I probably hadn't even seen him for like a year or a year and a half.
Okay.
He's from I'm from a town of 200 people, and he grew up in that town too, and he was only a year ahead of me in high school. So, but he doesn't live there anymore. So when I go back, I don't get to see him. And his dad, I was in Boy Scouts with him, and his dad was our leader. So like, I know their family like really fucking well. Well, he doesn't drink. Without getting too much into it, he can't drink. So so he's not drinking. He's like, well, I can drive. I'm like, it's your bachelor party. He's like, dude, you know I'm not gonna drink. So and I was
does he do anything else?
No.
Mushrooms or cocaine?
Not that I know of. He didn't that night anyway.
Shit, how do you live? All right, go ahead.
I think he just had like some
medicinal
problems.
Marijuana.
I don't know. I'd probably not. But I just think he just had some problems at some point and just decided to give it up. You know, he just wasn't a good guy on it. And so, there's nothing wrong with that. So he's like, I know you like to party. He's like, I like to party with you, even though I don't drink, but you're always fun.
That's cool.
He's like, I mean, if you don't care, I'll let, I can drive your vehicle. And I was like, well, fuck it. I mean, I'll drink enough for the both of us. Fuck it. It'll be fun. The thing is, it was him, myself, the best man, and 2 people at this bachelor party, and the 2 people he just met that day. Right, awesome. That was it. Just 5 of us. Man. It was great. Yeah. Wasn't an army bachelor party, so he didn't want to do like a strip club, which is fine. Either that or I don't think we just got to. Whatever. But so we went out drinking that night, and I'll tell you the best part because it was with that night. And then we went out on Saturday. So it was a Friday night. Then on Saturday we went paintballing, and then just like kind of just went back to that one bar that I stayed at. Like there was like nobody there, and so we just sat there and like talked to the manager. She was our bartender, and I got fucked up again, and we just drank. And so it was kind of like a pretty slow Saturday night. But we go to P&L. Fucking Royals had won. P&L is crazy, all decked out in blue. It's fucking insane. Drinking, all this shit. So we're leaving. We go get to the vehicle. Well, one of the guys just disappeared. Like he was chasing some tail. And so he's like, oh. One guy's like, I can't leave him. He's supposed to work at 5 in the morning. Oh, shit. He's like, and he was gone when I saw him. Yeah. And I'm sure he probably didn't stop drinking. And I never met, like, the only person I knew was Andy. Yeah. And like I said, he just met these 2 guys who were like friends of Chris's, was the best man. So he's like, Chris is like, at least just drive up in front of P&L in case we happen to see him. Like, we can't just leave him. Because we waited like 10, 15 minutes for him at the vehicle.
All right.
But I was like, there's probably no way he's going to find it. Because it was like a 5-10 minute walk. It's not that far, but I mean, it was like over,
Yeah.
a block because there's free parking. So we're like, all right. So we were driving up. The odds of this happening, I don't know, but we fucking saw him. He's just standing out on the wall. We're like, hey, you. I don't even remember his name. Like, you, get in. He's like, oh. He fucking gets in, literally shuts the door, fucking passes out. Just like right fucking on the wall. But this whole time, Andy's uncle, I think it's his uncle, he makes like the apple pie like drinks. And it's fucking delicious. So we had a jar of that. Mm-hmm. We're drinking that. We brought it with us because, we like roadies. Mm-hmm. So
for sure.
So we had that in the vehicle. And there's obviously, I'm sure you've been down to P now, but you see fights break out all the time.
Yeah,
down
that's
there.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. But so we're getting ready to leave, and this fight broke out. But then the cops just start fucking pepper spraying like everybody.
Sounds like what the cops do.
And so we're in the vehicle, and we're leaving, and I don't remember, like one of the guys up front, he like rolled his window down. Yeah. I think he rolled his down so he could like look out the window and back just to see these fucks just getting hit with this pepper spray. Yeah. And so then the vehicle in front of us stopped, so we stopped, and there's these 3 girls, and they're just like, are you guys in Uber? And just opened up the door and just crawled in.
Hell yeah.
There's two out of the 3 chicks crawled in. Now again, we're at capacity, so they're on our laps and stuff. Yeah. We're like, no, we're not an Uber. Yeah. Like, well, can you take us home? We're like, no. Yeah. Like, we're not gonna take you home. She's like, well, they're pepper spraying. Can you like, fine? Where's your apartment? It was literally like 5 blocks away from our hotel.
Right.
So we're like, all right, we'll take you. Well, the one friend who didn't get in, we're gonna call her Bitch Anna. Okay. Because that's her name's Anna and she's a bitch. All right. And she's like, you need to get out of there. Like, you don't know these guys. Like, no, they're going to take us. We're fine. Yeah. They're going to take us back. And we're, like, trying to tell them, like, we're not Uber. You just need to get out. Yeah. And then we're like, fuck it. Like, we'll take you at this point.
As long as we can get them to stop talking. Whatever we have to do to get them to stop talking. Just shut up. Get in. Gotcha.
So we take it to their apartment. And I was like, and this seriously was not like a move, because this was like a year ago. Okay. So it wasn't a move of me trying to get into their apartment or anything. Of course not. But I've had to pee. It's the worst I've ever had to pee. And I was like, if we're giving you a ride, I was like, you have to let us in. Yeah. Like we got some of this the apple fucking drink. I'm like, you can have some of it, but you have to let us pee. And they're like, okay, yeah, no problem. So they let us in, and the girls go and pee, and they come out. We're just talking to them, just chilling. There's like, and even the guy who was like passed out, like even went up with us. So we're just like chilling. There's 2 girls in the house, and there's like these 5 guys. Yeah. And so, and like the one guy that we're partying with that I really liked him, like he did like what I would do to you. I'm like, oh, and I'm bending over, like I'm gripping my shorts because I have to pee so fucking bad. Girl comes out and I'm like, yes, and he just fucking cuts in front of me and goes, he's like, haha, fucker, and I'm like, you suck. But that's something like I would have done to you, you know, if I hurt you. Oh yeah. So it was a good move. I'm like, you motherfucker. And it's one of those pees where like you hold a pee so hard and then it hurts to pee, not like a stinging, not like STD. but you know what I mean. You're just like, and you could barely pee because you have to pee. And so I fucking take forever. Then I finally come out and I was like, oh my god. So we're sitting here like just talking to these chicks, and the guy who passed out in the vehicle, he got up to the apartment, sat in the chair, and just fucking passed back out again. So he's just sitting there like visibly sleeping. Yeah. He's not snoring, but you can see him. So we're sitting there talking to them. They're cool as fuck. You know, we're drinking. Like, you know, what do you guys do? You know, she's like. And one of the chicks, she's kind of annoying because she's like, I work for Enterprise and I'm going to be a millionaire in like 2 years. So I'm going to like own all this stuff. And we're like, all right, whatever. Yeah. So we're like talking to them. We're, like, I feel like we're getting ready to leave. Yeah. And you hear a knock on the door. Fucking guess who comes walking in? It's Bitch Anna. Oh. And so apparently it's Bitch Anna is their neighbors. Like they live in like apartment buildings. So just right across the door. Yeah. Now. I call her Bitch Anna just because I think it's funny. Yeah. In her, like taking her side, it's 5 guys. She doesn't know. Yeah. Doesn't know any of us. Right. We're in their apartment. Anything could happen. Yeah.
Most of you guys are wearing Cosby sweaters. You guys look suspicious as fuck.
Right. So I get where she's coming from. Like towards the end, where I'll finish the story here. So I 100% get it, but we're not Like, we're not being assholes. Like, we're just talking. It's not even her apartment, first of all. So, anyway, she's like, I can't believe you fucking... Like, she's, like, yelling at these girls, sort of. Like, I can't believe you fucking left me. Like, she's like, I got in a fight. I was sitting on the corner crying. And, like, some guy leans over and goes, bitch is lying. And I said, yeah. I go... she's like, I got my hair pulled. I'm like, that's the straightest hair I've ever seen. Yeah. Girl fight. There's no...
Show me your broken knuckles.
Yeah. There's no makeup running from crying at all. So I was like, yeah, she's definitely lying. So we're sitting here and we're just like kind of talking. She's like, all right, that's it. Everybody needs to get the fuck out. Just like that.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Everybody needs to get the fuck out. Yeah. And the guy, he's still like passed out in the chair. And I swear to God, she goes, you leave that apple pie stuff here and everybody get the fuck out.
Are you shitting me?
And I was like, first of all, again, this is not your apartment.
Right.
Second, I get where she's coming from. Yeah. She wants everybody out. Her friends, she's pissed off because her friends left her. They got a ride, beat her home. They didn't have to pay for the ride. Yeah. You know? But to fucking, we brought this alcohol to tell us to leave it there. Fuck like it a fucking movie. The guy in the chair... gets up, goes, we're not fucking leaving this here. It ain't yours. Grabs it and walks out, like out of dead asleep.
That's fucking.
And then
awesome.
we all, yeah. And so then I gave the girls a hug. I said, hey, thanks. And they're like, no, thank you for giving us the ride. Yeah. Thanks for the bathroom. You guys have a safe rest of your night. It's like, hit me up when you become that millionaire. She just kind of laughed. And I said, have a good night, Anna. And we just fucking left. But it was just like the two girls didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And again, I know I said it a million times. I get her point of view.
Yeah.
But the way that he fucking came out of it was like, man, fucking, we're taking that. We grabbed it, went back to the vehicle, fucking passed back out again. So honestly, it was one of my favorite bachelor parties. I hadn't got to hung out with Andy in forever.
That's
I got my drink on. I hadn't. It's been a long time since I did a legitimate paintball. Mm-hmm. We played against another bachelor party and stuff like that. So
that's cool. Man.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. I got to, like I said, I wasn't living in Kansas City or outside of Kansas City at the time. So I always loved P&L. I enjoy it. So to do all that stuff, it was good. This is a lot of fun.
No, it sounds fun, man. and I like that too. Like when you go out. Like whatever city you're in, you're downtown, and then you meet people.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, well, we're gonna go to this next bar. You want to roll with us? And then you go to the next bar, and then there's two more people that are like, oh, you get to talking.
Yeah.
Like, roll the next bar. Roll the next bar.
Yeah.
That happened to me recently, like about a year ago at Diamond's birthday party. That some bitch called me up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, what are you doing? Just doing stuff around the house. You want to go out for my birthday? Yeah. When is it? It's today. End up going downtown, spending the whole night downtown, bar hopping.
Dude, that's
we
awesome.
kept picking up people, and that's always fun, man. Because most people are fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I thought it was cool because I walked out of the bar before this whole looking for the vehicle.
Yeah.
Or getting to the vehicle and picking it up, and I I had to have looked lost because I was looking around. Some guy's just out smoking. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "You lost?" I was like, "No, I'm here for a bachelor party," and then he fucking disappeared. He's like, "Oh, dude, that sucks." And him and I just sat there and talked for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, I'm like, it's my buddy Andy. And I was like, he's getting married. I go, that poor fuck. And he's like, yeah, I heard that. So then when we were leaving P&L, we were in the PBR bar or whatever.
I think so.
It's the country bar. Well, they make you leave from the back. Mm-hmm. So we're going down, and I don't remember the guy who I was talking to for 10 or 15 minutes. He's like, hey, Marty. And I was like, oh, what's up, man? He's like, I see you found your crew. I was like, yeah. He goes, who? He goes, which one's Andy, that poor fuck? And I was like, it's him. He's like, hey, good luck on your marriage, you poor sap. Or
that's awesome.
Fucking some other fucking name or whatever. And it was fucking hilarious. He's like, hey, thanks, man. So to see him again, walking out, like you said, you just fucking meet up with people.
Yeah,
and like yesterday, I rode up in the elevator with these two people.
Yeah. And
then we were out. And I heard this chick say something, but somebody was talking to me, and there was also music because we were walking by a bar, and I didn't hear what she said. And she was looking right at me, and I go, oh, hey. And then I just kept walking, and I was like, what'd she say? And Harris goes, oh, she said, hey, elevator buddy. And I'm like, oh, I fucking feel like an asshole because when I saw him.
He was nodded.
Well, they were dressed up, and he was in a tux and stuff, so I didn't recognize him. Yeah. But then I saw him again. And I was like, oh, hey, guys. And they're like, oh, we thought you blew us off. Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? And I was like, I just didn't hear you.
Yeah.
And so, like, I sat and talked to him for, like, 2 or 3 minutes. I was like, I just didn't hear you because, I was listening to somebody else. And they were like, yeah, we just thought you were, like, shunning us off or something. So, like, that was, like, talk to them.
That's
like,
awesome. You got redemption on that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's pretty cool. I was like, I was hoping I'd see you again so I could apologize.
That's
awesome, I was like, wasn't going to run back. I'm like, that's not my style.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude. Oh, man. That's good shit, dude.
But, yeah, I love talking. There's a guy... I think he was from Oklahoma, and he was standing by the pickle card machine when we were at the Dubs. He's like, dude, and I saw him in the bathroom. He's like, dude, I fucking need to join your guys' party. You guys seem to be having a good time. I was like, that's how we roll. He goes, even though you're Husker fans. And I was like, you're in Nebraska, right? He just laughed. And I think Harris ended up talking to him for quite a while, too. So, yeah, it's just cool just meeting people like that. Just over. And that's why my Facebook status, like I told you, I
haven't looked at it yet.
I had drunkenly made it. And I was, and it, like, at the point, had like 118 likes. I just think that's funny because when I do something, like, it takes me 10 minutes to type it out because I have to make sure everything's spelled right and I don't sound faded. Yeah. As I just like it, but I was just like, not everybody likes to drink alcohol together. That's fine. Just get together and drink. Right. Like, drink something, water, tea, pop. Like, some of the best conversations I had is just sitting down over coffee or, something. And I love it. And you just meet cool people like that.
For sure. And that's, I think, and I don't know if we brought this up before, but it goes back to fucking a few podcasts ago when we talked about Eddie Griffith and we talked about One Love.
Oh, Eddie Griffin? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I said. I'm thinking Andy Griffith.
Yep, I know.
Eddie Griffin.
Anything you say this podcast is just, I'm just letting it go.
It's an early podcast. It's still early afternoon. Yeah. I think the only thing I've eaten this morning, and I've probably been up, I got up at about 5 a.m. for a call on the fire department, and then I took a nap, and then I got home. Was hanging out, doing something. Yeah. Took a nap, and then and all I've eaten was monkey bread. Like, I didn't eat lunch, so I've been drinking. We went to the store to buy some more supplies. Took a shot of Jim Beam.
Yeah, I did it.
Jim Beam
apple.
Jim Beam apple.
Yeah,
and then
she's like, "Do you want one?" I was like, "Yeah, just to take the edge off."
And then since then, I've been drinking vodka. So yeah, I have not eaten anything except for monkey bread and liquor.
I just like giving you shit.
No, I know, but you're right, man. Like, my English is
So Eddie Griffith.
No comprende. No. So anyway, you listen to fucking people talk, and they're like, "Oh, I hate fucking this. I hate this." Everybody's angry, but when we meet people, most people are friendly. Most people are cool, and no matter where you are in the world, like, you travel to different cities, you travel to different places, different countries. If you have a drink with someone, or if you break bread and eat with someone, everybody's fucking cool, and you get to know people, and you get to talk to people, and people judge you. Like, it seems like people judge, like, "Oh, look at this fucking dude," like, look at this bitch. And then, but when you get to talking to people, and then especially when it, like good conversation starters are like, if you're out of town, like, "Hey, where can I go around here to get some good wings?" Or where could I, whatever. And then you start talking to people, and then "Hey, let me buy you a drink," or right. When you're breaking bread with people and talking about food, that's something that everybody relates to. Yeah. Whether you're like, "Oh, this guy looks like a dick," or "This chick looks like a bitch," but when you're like, and then it's just awesome. Even if it's for that night, even if you're not making a bond where we're gonna hang out again, even if it's just even if it's for the elevator ride. Yeah. When you meet cool people and you share a moment, like,
and you can blow them off later.
Literally, if you want. No, but same thing. We went to the pub crawl a couple months ago, and we met a bunch of people on the bus going in between bars and at different bars, and I'll never see those fuckers again, but just that for that moment, like rapping, playing gangster music on the fucking party bus, and dancing and rapping and sharing moments like that is cool, man. And then when you're at a sit down place and you start breaking bread and having drinks and shots with people, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's cool, blast.
It's one of my favorite things, man, just to randomly talk. And that's why, like I said, when I told that Bachelor to go take that picture, I just heard it. Yeah. I just turned around. And, like, everybody's like, they laugh. She's like, "Oh, fine, I'll go do it." Because, like, her friend's like, no, I don't want to. And then you just get somebody randomly. Yeah. And at that same bar, like, when we first got there, I was standing up at the bar, and this chick came in, and she sat down, and she, like, rubbed up against me. Yeah. Or maybe I hit her or something. And she's just like, I I think I hit her by accident or whatever.
Yeah.
And she just goes, oh, hey, sorry. She's like, I didn't mean to rub up against you. And I was like, you liked it. She just busted up laughing. She's like, yeah. Just shit like that. It's cool. And we like had a little conversation. I got my drinks, told her have a good night. And,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, shit like that. It's a good time. And I haven't gone out to the bars lately.
Me neither.
And I don't like to go out to them a lot, but I do miss that aspect, especially when you go out with a big group of people and, stuff like that. So
I think now, this is just me. I think people are, people judge, and that happens. That's happened throughout time. Like, people judge.
I mean, everybody judges everybody.
Yeah, and people are scared to talk to people. Half the people you go anywhere, and we've talked about this before, they're on their phone.
Yeah.
But just fucking talk to people. Like I like one of the big things for me. Like I'll wear. I don't buy clothes hardly ever.
Yeah.
So. But I got some weird shirts. I just got the bike shirt from Tommy Segura.
Bikes!
Camus bought me that. And then I got my cat shirt I wear every now and then. But I'll see people with like unique shirts on. Like we were in Golden. And I see this dude with the cat shirt on. And then like you see that. And then you're just like, hey man. You throw them the thumbs up or whatever. Like just high-fiving people.
Yeah.
Like... Oh, dude, high five, boom. And then that starts a conversation. Yeah. Like, meeting people's cool. And then just over little shit.
Yeah,
like,
tell people that they look nice.
Yeah.
Like, I like to do, if I see, like, I'm like, hey, that's a cute dress. Oh, thank you. Like, last night I was at a bar, when we were at the bar, there's a guy dressed up, 3-piece suit, had 2 drinks, I walked by. I stopped, looked, I said, it's a good-looking suit, man. He's like, hey, thanks, appreciate it. I was like, looks good on you. Just watch Then that was it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, dude, that's nice. So, like, just tell people that. And not being in, like, a douchey way or something. Just say, hey, I like your shoes or whatever.
Yeah, not like, hey, nice shirt, dick. Or whatever. But, like, actually meaning it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, and it's tough, man. I think chicks judge. Dudes don't really judge. But, like, to go out of your way to talk to a dude, sometimes you're like, this guy looks like a fucking dick. You need to judge or whatever. But no, I try to be like, hey, what's up? Hey, how you guys doing?
Mm-hmm.
Or, depending on my mood and depending on who I'm with. A lot of times I talk shit, and you know how I am around people I don't know. Yeah. Most of the time, if I'm quiet, But if I'm out and about and I'm bar hopping or whatever, I'll talk to people and hey, that's a fucking awesome shirt, And then you connect that way. Like if most people will see that the bikes shirt, and then I'm like nothing. But the people that know what it is, they go like, oh my God, Tommy Buns,
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's his shirt. Or people that wear the fucking Dayman shirts, Nightman shirts from Always Sunny. You see that. Right away you connect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, oh shit, dude, you're an Always Sunny fan? Boom. That's a hold up, bitch. I got it. Hold on, I'm fucking Always Sunny right now. It's 30. It's just small things. Everybody is fucking almost the same, man. I mean, we're built the same. We got the same blood and same heart, brain. People grew up differently. People like different things, but there's things that bring us all together. Like food is one of them.
Absolutely.
Like it might be somebody you have. Like the story we told about the cab driver in San Jose. Things you would think you'd never have in common with people, and then you start talking, and you're like, "Fuck, this motherfucker's cool as fuck."
Yeah.
I know how people judge, and I try not to judge, but I do, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everybody
you have prejudices, and you judge, but you get to talking to people, and you're like, "Fuck, man, you don't judge a book by its cover," and I've learned that over and over and over, and I try not to do that, but just go out of your way, talk to people, and you'll realize, like, fuck, not everybody's a dick.
Right.
Like you saw me on the way to the store. I threw my hands up at some broad driving, like, what the fuck are you? Use your turn signal.
Right.
But other than that, like, people hold doors. I hold doors for people. We were talking about the couple when we were taking that shot of Jim Beam. They're like, oh, you guys got to try this, whatever. Like, everybody, people are friendly. Just be nice. I try to be nice to everybody unless somebody's not nice to me. If somebody's not nice to me, I can handle it. I don't give a fuck. But if I'm around and somebody's not nice to you, that's the time or somebody's not respectful to my girlfriend. That's when I would fly off the handle. Somebody just is not nice to me, like whatever, man.
Right.
But
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you there. It's good. It's good. Just getting out, having fun.
Yeah, meeting people. Everybody's, you could connect some way. You could connect, whether it's food or activities or the shirt you got on, something you watch on TV in common, or a hobby like fishing or bowling, golfing, whatever. There's always a connection somewhere, and sometimes it's not there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not there at all.
You just move on.
But other times it's like, oh fuck, man,
Just call me
Fuck,
Bruce.
you like titties too?
Who knew?
Let's talk about that shit.
Call me Bruce. Oh, it's fucking beautiful.
God damn, dude. Let's get into some Q&A, my man.
Mm-hmm.
You got that, what are you sipping out of right now?
It's a Yeti mug. My brother, I was telling you about it earlier, but when I drink, I like to drink out of small glasses. I've always been that way because I think I like really cold things. So I just
fancy,
like,
huh?
Yeah, I just like to fill up the glass like full of like just ice and just drink. It's just like a little low ball glass. Well, he saw this Yeti mug. They just came out with it, but it's a low ball. I think that's the name of it.
I think so. Low ball, high ball. I think it's low ball.
Yeah, low ball like Yeti mug. So it's perfect, man. And he drinks out of Yeti mug. He loves it because it doesn't sweat. It keeps everything like cold as fuck forever. It holds ice really long time. And it'll keep shit like warm and shit too. So that's what I've been drinking out of. That's what I drank on the golf course yesterday. Just took the drinks, dumped them in here.
Yeah.
Was drinking out of it, and I'm just drinking just straight water out of it at this point.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
It's fucking awesome, man. I love it. It's gonna be my new drinking glass for sure.
That's awesome. I requested that for my birthday, which is coming up, and I got a buddy at work who, if a lot of people are familiar with Yeti. Real quick, Yeti, hit us up.
Right.
You can sponsor us. We'll sponsor you. Whatever. Yeti products are legit. Some of it's expensive. They got $800 coolers and shit like that. But I've been seeing more and more of the tumblers and the low ball mugs. There's no condensation on the outside, right? Mm-mm. And then, like my buddy, he told me, he's like, I put ice in it, closed it, let it sit. 22 hours later, there was still ice in it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So hopefully I get one of those for my birthday, one of the 20 ounces, 30 ounces. If not, I'll fucking probably buy one of them.
Just buy one of those.
That's great, but no, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
but,
dude, I like it. And like I said, it's for like road trips. It's not the greatest, just because there's not much. So it's only 10 ounces. So it's not but for like coffee, like a small cup of coffee or something, in the morning would be great. Yeah. You just shit like that. So, and like I said, since he got it for me strictly because I like to drink my Captain out of a small glass. So that's what it is. The old Yeti. But Vito has a cooler. He has a couple of them.
Yeah,
he bought. I mean, they're fucking great. I mean, they're tested. What I like about them is because they're so like well built. Like you can sit on them. Yeah. Like when you get the coolers, like don't sit. Like why? Like they should make every cooler out there you should be able to sit on. You know what I mean?
And yeah, you could. Like I have a bunch of coolers, different sizes. They're all cheap fucking shit,
Yeah.
Like a Walmart cooler or whatever. The Yeti coolers, they're expensive. If you use them a lot, spend $400 in a cooler, I'm sure they're fucking lifetime guaranteed. It'll last you forever to take care of it. But I don't use coolers that often. I don't go camping or anything, fishing much. So I don't feel like I need like a $500 cooler.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Awesome. The glass, the fucking tumbler. Yeah, I'll use that every day.
And the only thing that sucks is, I mean, it doesn't suck. It's not the product. But when you get stuff like this, you just got to watch, make sure people don't swipe it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to last night, and then I was like, well, if we walk away, maybe with the golf cart stuff. But, I mean, it wasn't bad.
No.
So, fuck it.
Plus, it looks good, dude.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. But the drink's looking good. Like, again, I'm going to say, man, like, you're rolling up in here, beard's trimmed, you're tanned. I mean, you look good, man.
I try. I'm coming to BDC Studios, and I know you come with the heat. You're always looking good. I gotta try my best.
Man. Come on,
I gotta try.
Come on. No, I mean, you say you're hungover. I believe you. You've been up since 4 a.m. That was less than 12 hours ago. You look good, dude. Like, fuck, man. I'm not trying to. Yeah, you look really good, dude.
Oh.
All right,
we better get these Q&A
before some weird shit goes down.
Definitely. But thanks again, guys, for sending in questions. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we'll get through all of them today or.
Yeah, we just recorded a week ago. We went through all the questions. So this week, we asked some people to send them in. And we got some questions. Hopefully they're good. But yeah, thank you guys.
Okay. So this is from Carl, and I think he tweeted at us and Nasty and Friends on Twitter and said that he sent in like a bunch.
Yeah.
So a lot of these will probably be from him. So thanks again. But it said, would you rather get fucked in the ass by Big Bird from Sesame Street or Barney, the purple dinosaur? I mean, neither one of them have dicks, right?
Oh, I know my answer right away.
All right, go ahead.
Mine is Big Bird.
Big Bird?
Respect. Like, I grew up watching Sesame Street. Like, Barney, I never watched it. You know, I just know it's annoying or whatever. And fuck Barney. I got it. I don't want either.
Yeah.
If you got to pick one of the two evils.
Yeah.
For me, it's Big Bird. I remember they had a movie that came out years ago, and it was all about Big Bird, and he was like lost or some shit. Doesn't matter either way.
Meth addict? Was it his recovery story?
I don't think he was on meth. I think he was just lost.
Yeah.
The character who played Bigfoot, definitely on meth.
Bigfoot.
Crackers. Big Bird.
Jesus Christ.
After this, I gotta eat for sure, man. Bigfoot. Yeah, I let Bigfoot fuck. That's not even one of the fucking. That's not even an option.
No,
We're not talking about Bigfoot fucking. You got something going on? Like, you want to tell me about? Big Bird. Big Bird would fuck. All right, what about you, my man?
Yeah, I think I'd go with Big Bird. I like Big Bird. I didn't hate Barney. I didn't watch it. I watched it because my younger brother watched it when he was little, so I watched it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like you said, Big Bird comes from the streets.
Yeah,
so,
it's real.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, plus if he lifts you up, it's a little bit of a ride, I guess.
Right. Plus the feathers, like he'd wrap those wings around you and make you feel like
Yeah.
as comfortable as you can.
Yeah, I think
as
so.
you're taking that.
I mean,
Plus a big purple dick is aggressive, dude. Where a yellow dick is going to be less aggressive.
Yeah, I feel like
when
Barney
you're looking at it.
I feel Barney would be like super aggressive.
It's going to be purple, like bulging. Like yellow is just a less aggressive color. Like you're like, yeah, I could probably take that.
And like you said, if he hugs you with his wings, at least you can like try to take comfort in
you
that.
can try to take comfort in that. Yeah, yeah.
Great fucking question.
That's a great question,
That's a great
Carl.
question.
Thanks, man. Carl, I just started following him on Twitter. I know he's been retweeting on Nasty and Friends.
He's also been tweeting at Joe Rogan, Bert Kreischer for him to listen. So yeah, thanks for all the support,
respect,
man. Appreciate it.
He's a vet.
Yeah, absolutely. He's my cousin, and he trucks, so it's nice. It helps him pass the time. And yeah, thanks again for your service as always. It did 13 years, so I was deployed. So it's awesome.
Respect, Carl, for sure, my man.
You up? See what we got here.
All right, this question is from a pal Joey. It says, when you're pooping, do you fold or wad the toilet paper? And this is cool because it says, I fold, wadding is just lawless, Joey. Which a lot of people send questions, they don't give their answers. And then we ask them for their answers on air, and then they don't even reply. Joey, that's what's up, dog. So when you're pooping, do you fold or wad the toilet paper?
I think I fold because I'm not a savage.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're a savage in some areas, but not pooping.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Blow up a bathroom. It's not that.
Oh, sure.
But no, you get more out of it. Mm-hmm. You know?
Absolutely.
It covers more surface area, I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? So.
At home, I fold for sure because I'm conserving paper.
Right.
Some places, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I got to get out of here. You fucking ball up. Like a half a roll of toilet paper, you get the wipe in. But yeah, most of the time I fold.
Yeah.
I do the same thing with the wet wipes or whatever those wipes are. You know?
So they got those dude wipes. I don't know if you saw on Log Snapchat. And I can't remember if I've said it on this podcast before, but I got back. Like I said, we've been drinking all the food. I had not shit that day.
Oh, shit.
And so this is like 3:30 in the morning. It's funny because Maverick was passed out and he woke up when we came in. Like we were being quiet, but he woke up. He thought we were waking him up because he thought it was like 8 in the morning.
Okay.
Like he didn't realize that it was like 3:30, you know? And so we're talking. So I was like, man, and I use like those adult like baby wipes, essentially what they are, like the wet wipes.
They're great. Yes.
I like them. Keeps it clean down there.
And that's an army thing. Like you go in the field. So people that don't go in the field or who have been in the army, like when you're in the army unit, you know, hey, you're going to the field for 30 days or whatever, or they call it a field problem. Usually the 30 days, 45-day field problem. And then for the Army Reserves, we would usually do 3 or 4 days, right?
Yeah.
The essentials are baby wipes or whatever kind of wipes you want to get. They're wipes for your ass.
Yeah.
Sunflower seeds, beef jerky. Other than that, whatever else you want to bring for the mission, for warmth or rain or heat or whatever, you bring whatever else you want, but you have to have
those
wipes,
2 things, yeah.
sunflower seeds, and jerky.
Yeah, because then they would call it like a field shower. Like you use them, like clean out your face and stuff.
Absolutely.
But you got to
Clean
stay
the
clean.
armpits.
And so when they started making like the flushable ones,
Yeah.
I absolutely buy them for home. And this way I can go longer without taking a shower too. So
For sure.
But yeah, so I always bring them everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And so I went into my suit because I'm up here in Lincoln for a week, so I have a whole suitcase. So I went and got them. And Long's like, oh shit. He's like, he was just like Snapchatting me. He's like, oh, you got dude wipes or whatever the fuck he called it.
Yeah.
He's like, you brought your wipes to the hotel. And I was like, and I turn around and I go, hey, it's like trying to wipe peanut butter out of a shag carpet.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was hilarious. So
Yeah.
he put it on Snapchat,
That's
which
great.
is funny. So that's a nice visual if you want.
Yeah.
If you want.
I'm going to take a piss again. I'll be back.
Jesus.
I know, dude.
Second time pissing.
I'm falling apart.
Can't get you need to lock it up.
I can't even talk right.
What do we have? Eddie Griffith, Bigfoot said a big bird. Shit, what else? You couldn't remember graham crackers? What the hell? What is this show turning into? Sons of bitches. Don't worry, peeps. We still got YouTube going. Still doing the hydraulic press. They got fucking tons and tons of videos out there. So they just smashed a cell phone, like the Nokia cell phone, the thing that you can drop from outer space and it will still probably have battery in 1,000 years. It's awesome. Anybody remember those phones? Those phones were tits. That's my very first phone. I had like that square Nokia, however the fuck you pronounce it. Love those things, man. Battery would literally last for weeks. So much fun. They had the old snake game that you could play on it. But oh shit, pimp walk.
Back up in this bitch. Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Faded. We talked about SOP earlier.
Yeah.
Like eating, drinking water. I have not done any of that. Had monkey bread and vodka, and then a shot of Jim Beam apple.
Yeah.
I feel good though. Like I feel good, and I just had to pee, and then I'm ready to smoke these fucking chicken
Yeah. Well,
quarters.
do you want to get to it, man?
No.
Okay.
Fuck no.
I was like,
Fuck no. I'm fucking in the zone. I feel like I'm in the Goldilocks zone.
Right.
I know my English, my words aren't perfect, but dude,
Yeah.
I feel good, man.
I think it's my turn, you prick.
You goddamn son of a bitch. Sorry, man. Go ahead, dude. Maybe I'm not. Maybe
It's probably not. I'll listen back and be like, shit.
I'm probably not in my Goldilocks zone, but you know what? I feel like I am.
All right. It's another one from Joey. Thanks again.
Shouts out Joey.
He didn't answer this one this time, but it's all right. It says, this is good because we were talking about food earlier, but he says, what's the worst meal you have ever eaten? I mean, it's got to be something from, like, I would say the fucking, the MRE, the fucking cheese omelet, or whatever.
Jesus
That's like
Christ.
literally the most. So, got a bunch of, and usually like when we go out to the field, they give you MREs because that's what you eat.
Yep.
And sometimes like
Which are
meals ready to eat.
yes.
So there's just a bunch packaged, and it's high calorie, right? Yeah, because
about
you're
2,000 grams or 2,000 calories.
fucking
Jesus Christ. Did you drug me?
maybe.
Did you Bill Cosby?
Yeah, I did.
Fuck it. I don't care. 2,000 calories.
Yeah.
Very high calorie.
Yeah, because you're out in the field and you're burning a lot of shit,
Yeah.
and so you're supposed to eat one. Is it supposed to last you all day?
No.
Or no? It's just like one.
You
get 3.
You get 3 a day.
Yeah, 'cause
but it's enough calories. Like if you're working hard, like you're in combat, or if you're in training and you're running, it's good. But if you're not, like if you're a fucking FOBIT, or if you're like a support personnel and you're not working hard, yeah, that's a lot of fucking calories.
Yeah, and then they hand them out. So a lot of times I wouldn't eat one, and I'd save them up and just to have.
For sure,
you know?
for sure.
Because everybody does that.
They and for people that don't know, they come in individual pouches.
Yeah.
So they got different meals and they rotate. So you get a box of MREs, I think 12 come in them. You crack it open and there's spaghetti, there's chili mac, whatever, chicken, whatever. And then each one has different snacks inside. So they'll come with like different kind of crackers with either peanut butter or cheese. And then they'll have a different like cookies or a sports bar in there, or jerky, and
now they're a lot
drinks.
better than what they used to be.
Lot better.
From like when I got in compared to like when you got in. Yeah, so they're a lot better.
Yes.
But there's one that everybody fucking hates, and it's called the cheese omelet. It's the cheese omelet, right?
Cheese omelet's fucking terrible. I got another one too.
And it's the worst one I ever had. It is so bad, and I kept fucking complaining about it. And my dad, who could eat anything, was just like, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. So I was like, all right. I'll get one. And usually it's like I have the cheese omelet because I would take it and I just wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
Or maybe eat the other stuff around it. So I got it, and I did it upright. I cooked it like you're supposed to. Put it in the packet, put it in the water.
You put it in a packet. It's got, you don't need fire or anything because that is going to give away your position. If you're being tactical, you don't want to give up light. You don't want to give up certain things. So with this, you just put it. Everything is in its own pouch. So if you have rice or whatever, it might be 2 pouches. But yeah, so you would take the omelet, you would put that pouch inside the heater. You put water in the heater. There's no light or anything. It just chemical reaction. It boils the water. It heats the packet. You open up that packet, and then you try to win. But you might not win.
But anyways, the cheese omelet's disgusting. I'm trying, like, the best way to explain it literally looks like rubber. Like, it's just a big rubber square fucking cheese-ish. It's not even like cheese, like egg colored. It's fucking disgusting. So I heated it up and I was like, oh, here you go. And he took a bite and he's like, that's fucking disgusting.
Oh, Jesus.
And like,
That tells you how bad that is.
oh yeah, like I said, he would eat anything, and he fucking hated it. So yeah, it's pretty bad. So I would say that's probably my worst meal. I know when I was younger, my dad made it was I don't really. It was kind of like a soup. It was kind of like a vegetable soup type thing. But it was clear, like didn't have like a broth to it. It had like green beans, but like the water in it was clear. It was fucking disgusting. So
that sounds gross.
That was probably not like military related, like MRE related or anything like that. I would probably say that was, and he was a good cook. He just was trying to just use up some shit, and then I just couldn't eat it. So fuck it. But what about you?
Going back to MREs, I'm gonna say it's a chicken fajita meal. And a lot of people call it the cat shit fajita meal. And then back in the day, it was pork chow mein. And there was not a nickname for that, but it was disgusting. Yeah. Even now, there's vegetarian meals and shit like that. They're not that bad because usually the vegetarian meals, it'll be like a pasta with no meat, but other shit in there. And it's got nutrients in there, but it's got like good stuff around it. Like you might get M&Ms or some shit like that.
Right.
But my worst meal... Fuck, I can't. Right, that's a good question. I'd have to think. I would definitely probably say it was something I ate in the Army. You know, either that came like in a mermite or whatever, like dropped off by the cooks while we were in the field, or MRE. Or I had C rations before too. The shit they had back in the day where you open it up in a can. It was like I want to say it was like a T38 or something like that, what they used to call a can opener. But use that and then open up the C rations, and then it's just shit that's fucking like 30 years old, and you just shut the fuck up and you eat it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's something in your body, you know, like calories and stuff like that. But yeah, I think when we moved, I got rid of all my old MREs. I'm sure Carl probably still has a shit ton. I know he would take him out for like deer hunting if he was going to sit out somewhere like where he had to drive like far back to get into tree stand when he was younger. He would save him for that, which is smart. Yeah, I always save him for like camping, like because something goes wrong and then you at least have something. But I don't have any since I'm not in anymore. So.
Yeah, and most MREs they look gross, or whatever. It's just everything's in a package. I got a bunch here. I gave some to Camus and her boys, and yeah, it's good for camp. They last fucking forever. They're sealed, and they're not that bad. They come with different kind of snacks, and fucking cakes and M&Ms and other shit, peanuts, and but yeah, some of the older ones, they're fucking terrible.
It sounds like it.
But yeah, I right off the top of my head, I'm sure later I'll be like, oh fuck, my worst meal, this. But yeah, it's got to be Army food. You know, Army, going to an Air Force base like for fire school. It's great food. Army bases, Army chow, it's fucking shit. It's fucking shit. A lot of the chow halls in Korea, we didn't have our chow hall was being remodeled for a while. So we had just a shack. We would go up to the shack instead of the regular chow hall is shitty enough.
Yeah.
We go up to the shack and we called it the grab and gag. They had another name for it. We called it the grab and gag, and it would just be, you just get a sack, like a brown, like your mom's like giving you a brown paper sack of, and it would be like a shit burger with like shit food. Yeah, it was
grab and gag, huh? Yeah. Typical Tuesday night. got?
All right. This question is from Carl. Again. Carl!
Carl! Him and Joey holding it down for us.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
yeah, thank you guys,
Seriously,
man.
love it, man. Appreciate it.
I think it's another butt question. We'll see. All right.
What the hell is that? I like how there's the subtlety of people who send us butt questions.
Yeah.
Like revolving around poop.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I like it. People, we know our audience. They know us.
We know our audience. They want to know. They want to know about our buttholes. I don't blame them.
The eye of the storm.
The eye of the storm. All right. Would you rather take a splintered telephone pole up the ass or a badger go to town on your twig and berries?
Oh.
Question mark. Carl.
Carl.
Would you rather take a splintered telephone pole up the ass or a badger go to town on your twig and berries? Carl. I think I know. It's tough because like you can't speculate. You got to be like, okay, this is the question or whatever. A telephone pole is big. Like it's not going to fit in any of my holes. Yeah. Any holes I have on my body.
Right.
It's not. But I would imagine you could shave it down maybe and then try to get it in your hole. Where a badger, it could have diseases and it's relentless. And it's at its pace.
Yeah.
Like you fucking whittle a telephone pole down to a size that'll fit one of your orifices. You're at your own, and you could probably lube it, whatever. Well, a badger.
Who is whittling it down? That's what I want to know.
Like you're fucking. It's like you're making a spear or something. Like you're fucking chopping it. You could spend a 24 hours getting it in a smooth shape, and like this will fit in my beehole. Where a badger is just gonna be like,
here's your shit.
Yeah, and you could lube that. Once you fucking whittle that pole down, you could lube it. You could do whatever you want to it. You know, you make ridges in it for your pleasure. Where a badger is just like, all right, bitch, we're going, and it's at its pace. I'm going with the splintered telephone pole.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. You could probably get surgery to fix something if something goes wrong up in your ass and stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to build you a new twig and berries.
You're right.
At all.
I didn't
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, assuming that it would be quick or whatever, I'm assuming you're going to lose your dick and balls for sure, and you can't get a new one of those.
No,
so,
I don't think so, man.
yeah. So, I'm with you, and especially if you can whittle it down.
Yeah, of course you whittle it down. Of course.
As you would say. Well, we don't have very many more questions, so you can get through them, and then
Yeah.
I'll give you one guess who this is from.
This one, Carl.
Yep, nailed it. Love it. Oh, nice throwback. It's a marry, fuck, kill.
Oh shit! Oh my nigga, All right, I'm gonna write it down.
All right, dude, these are good. Marry, fuck, kill. We have Harley Quinn.
Oof.
Catwoman.
Oh.
Poison Ivy. I know. Yeah, depending on how we're playing, I definitely kill Poison Ivy for sure.
Okay.
They're all just put out that they're all sexy as fuck.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
I kill Poison Ivy because I think I couldn't live with the bitch. There's no way. I don't know
because
if
of her beef with Batman.
No, she just seems annoying.
Okay.
She seems like she'd be the naggy kind. And two,
Marty, why do you want to go to the strip club?
just get away from your ass.
Yeah.
But Poison Ivy,
bitch, you're making me itch.
Yes, just get ready to say that. She probably has Poison Ivy plants.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you've ever had Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
And so if you're gonna fuck her, then you're gonna get it. You might as well have the badger come back and take off your dick and balls.
Yeah.
But I've always had a huge thing for Harley Quinn. So,
oh my God, she's sexy.
Everybody says obviously.
Okay, go on.
I say everybody always says if you're married, then you get to have sex with them. I've said this before. I'm married. It doesn't work like that. But I would probably say Harley Quinn. Nah, I don't know because they're all crazy. Mm-hmm. But marry Harley Quinn, then I'd fuck Catwoman for sure.
Okay,
I think. Yeah, that's what I'll go with.
That's tough.
The marry and fuck could be interchangeable. Definitely kill Poison Ivy. So
okay. Yeah, dude, that's tough. Like for me, like I don't know the characters as well as you do.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because I do have a thing for redheads, and Poison Ivy is a redhead.
Oh, okay.
So I give up that, but I can deal with it. I don't want itchy dick and balls.
No, fuck no. So I think, yeah, Poison Ivy, like you either marry or I think kill. I don't know. Who was the last character to play Poison Ivy in a movie? Do you recall?
Well, it was Uma Thurman. Didn't she?
Big fan. I don't know.
I think that was her.
Like that Batman 2. That
Yeah,
might have been
whatever.
one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe.
Yeah.
With the ice. I don't know. Harley Quinn, attracted for sure. The Suicide Squad's coming out
And
soon.
especially if it's a Margot Robbie, Harley
Oh,
Quinn.
God,
God
dude. She's
damn.
gorgeous. And there's so many, like, girls on the gram that are, like, impersonate
Oh, yeah.
Harley Quinn. And and it's sexy.
Cosplay, yeah.
Cosplay.
Yeah.
It's super sexy. I think that's Harley Quinn might be crazier than anybody else, which is I don't like that. So she wears a shirt that says "Daddy Issues." Like that's a dead giveaway that this bitch is fucked up, man. So I'm gonna disagree with you. So I'm gonna say kill Poison Ivy because I don't want to get Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
You know, especially repeatedly. I'm gonna fuck Harley Quinn because she's crazy, which
We all know.
You can't fuck the crazy out of someone, but it's fun to try.
Exactly.
And then I'm gonna marry Catwoman because I have 2 cats. So we got something to relate to. We can probably talk about that if nothing else.
It's true.
And yeah, she thinks she's a cat, kind of. But and then we could
That,
work
that,
on
that could play in your favor.
that could play my favorite. Plus, we could work on like we could roll, we could do jujitsu, we could do she knows martial arts, so we could like hit pads.
Dude, that's a great answer. I like where your head's at.
I like where your head's at too, my man. But that's gonna be my answer. So I'm gonna kill Poison Ivy. I'm gonna fuck Harley Quinn, and then Catwoman's gonna be my wife.
Nice.
Carl, great man.
That's a fucking solid
That's
question,
gold
dude.
question, my friend.
I saw him marry, fuck, kill, and I was like, oh yeah, we're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
that. Oh hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's awesome. All right, you're up. I think we got 2 more.
Dan. Dan. All right. This question is from Raven. And it says, between you two, who is the day man? All right, love it. I love it already. All right, between you two, who is the day man? Who is the night man? And who wins the fight? Thanks for suggesting Always Sunny. I love it. Okay, so right away, fucking awesome.
Yeah, I know who that is. His nickname, everybody calls him Bubba. He's been a big listener of the podcast since like episode 1.
All right,
so,
and now they're introduced to Always Sunny?
Yeah.
Oh,
that I did not know until just now.
Okay.
I didn't know we started watching because of it.
must
But
have.
yeah, Bubba, thanks for sending the question, man. That's a fucking solid question.
Yeah.
Glad you finally decided to send
do I
something
know
in.
him? Do I know
No,
him?
you don't.
Oh, okay.
You don't know him. He's from my hometown, the 200 people.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from there.
I thought it might have been the big, when he said Bubba, I thought it might have been a big dude that worked for the railroad with the beard.
Oh, no, that's
Man.
Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Shouts out Thomas. And shouts out for sure Bubba. Fuck. Day man, night man, and who will win the fight?
It's so hard to answer.
It's tough. I'm gonna say I'm day man.
See, I was gonna say I was Nightman.
Oh, no shit, that works, that works.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna be in my head.
All right, that works. And then who wins the fight? I think
We just cuddle.
Cuddle, yeah.
Nah, Dayman for sure.
Yeah, Dayman wins because he's the good character.
Yeah.
And Nightman, he's trying to get in that boy's hole, you know? It's not good. He's got to pay the troll toll, though. So I got to say Dayman wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree.
But no, that's a fucking awesome fucking question.
I'm glad he's enjoying it. So that makes my uncle, Bubba, I can't remember if Carl got into it because we suggested it. Our buddy Happy Miles, he got into it. So that's 4 people right there. That's that's awesome.
No, that's fucking super awesome. And then I'm guessing, but I want to say that's not early. I mean, that's like season 4, 5, or 6. Like, so they're in it. They're in it pretty deep.
Yeah.
You know, they're halfway at least through the whole thing. And then that might have just been, they might be all the way through. And that's just a question because that's such a good episode. We talked about the shirts from that earlier. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if it was on podcast or in person, but day man. Oh, fighter of the night, man. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Dude, you nailed it. You nailed it, dude. So I thought I was watching the episode. This is so good.
Come on, man.
You may not be able to say your words, but you fucking nailed that today.
Come on, man. Great question, Bubba. Thanks, man. Keep them coming.
Yeah. All right, last one. So And of course, it's from Carl. But no, that's fucking, again, appreciate everything. So last questions, keep sending them in. We love to do it. Usually when we have guests, we don't get to Q&A just because we always have so much other stuff to talk about. But yeah, keep sending them in so they build up because this will be the last question. It says, do you try out porn moves that you see on your girl?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, I think yes. I mean, you got to try. Obviously,
Yeah.
I try to take credit for them, especially if it goes way wrong.
Did you just come up with that, Marty? Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say yeah.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't think of like one right here, but it's like, oh, that's just a little weird.
Yeah.
I usually don't take notes when I'm watching porn.
Oh,
but
yeah. No, I don't either.
It's that mental note.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, it crosses. I'm assuming you have. Carl has since he sent it in.
Yeah, Carl,
why
let
don't
us
you
know.
just send it in? Let us know.
Yeah.
Well,
I changed things up a little bit this morning.
Yeah.
After I got off a shift. I'm not going to say what I did, just because if it was just me, well, of course, it's not just me. That's just weird. That'd be masturbation. But if it was somebody, I don't know. Like, I don't want to sell. Jesus Christ, I got to eat. All right, what I'm saying is I don't want to talk about like private things between me and my girlfriend because people know my girlfriend. So I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, we flipped it up a little bit this morning, and fuck, it was awesome. You know, it's
good.
Yeah. Oh, fuck,
you gotta keep it. You gotta
change things up.
You gotta keep it
things
spicy.
fresh. Yeah, keep it spicy indeed. But yeah, I would talk about it, but no, like that's something private between me
Yeah,
and
no,
Shorty,
absolutely. We can't share
So,
everything.
no.
That's another episode.
Yeah.
Another one.
DJ Khaled. All right, so real quick before we sign off, fuck, how are we doing? We're almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and you got the 5-minute animal fact after this.
Oh shit, I have not heard it yet.
Yeah, we'll put it on the computer and you'll hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to hear it. So, before we sign off, I want to say that whoever has the apple pie recipe for fucking liquor, hit us the fuck up. I've been looking at them online. I'm not sure which way to go with. My moonshine connection is supposed to come through with some apple pie moonshine.
Nice.
And some berry moonshine, but I'm also this summer, around 4th, I'm going to fuck around with a recipe that involves apple, cinnamon, brown sugar, all this shit, boiling that up and then adding different liquors like Everclear and then other vodkas and then even some like schnapps and shit.
Sounds safe.
Oh yeah. But no, I mean it's on like, you know, you get on like the foodnetwork.com or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they have a ton of them. You add cinnamon sticks and this and that. You boil that shit for a while and then you let it cool down, add liquor. I like that. I've had that before, but I like moonshine. So my dude's going to be coming through with some apple pie and some berry moonshine, but I am going to fuck with some apple pie recipes for liquor.
Nice.
If you got some, hit us up. If you got moonshine, hit us the fuck up. I think that's all I got, my man. I had some notes. Good. I think we went through them.
Yeah,
so.
Good deal. Yeah, guys, appreciate it as always. Everything that you guys do, buy the shirts, promoting, tweeting at people, just listening to the podcast, man.
Yeah.
Again, I can't say enough. We fucking love doing it.
Yeah, Yeti, hit us up. We will sponsor the fuck out of you.
You guys definitely go out there, have a drink with somebody, no matter what the drink is. Just go out there and meet people and enjoy your fucking lives, sons of bitches.
Absolutely.
Again, anybody out there hasn't been to a strip club, they want to do it. You know, Nasty and Friends will take you out and we'll take you. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
Again, don't be fucking weird about it. We're all goddamn adults.
Yeah.
It's
don't
okay.
get a big dick.
That either. It's impossible for me. Remember, life is simple. Don't be a dick. Night sluts.
Hi, I'm Rob Long for your special edition Animal Update. This week, I'm joined by none other than
Pagnasty.
You better believe that. This week's Animal Update is on the Velociraptor. Contrary to popular belief, these Velociraptors were not like the movie Jurassic Park makes it seem. They were up to 6.8 feet long, 1.5 feet tall at the hip. They weighed up to 33 pounds. This is about half the height of a grown man. So if you look back at Jurassic Park, they're way smaller than they show. And I apologize. It's 0300.
All right, that was your weekly animal fact update, or whatever you guys want to call it. Look at it. This is a situation right now. This is Pagnasty. You just heard a podcast from Spicy and I. It is May 22nd at 1100 hours, which is 3:11 in the morning, Sunday morning.
Cool.
We had Harris, our buddy Harris, just his bachelor party, and Rob Log and I are the last ones awake, and we're getting ready to record this podcast that you just heard today, which I know doesn't make a lot of sense. Just fucking follow along here, bitches. And so I go, I need this animal update, this weekly animal update. He's like, let's just do it in the hotel after the party's over when we're completely sober. So I was like, let's do it.
Nailed it. All right, not only are we sober, but I think it's fitting that we're doing an animal update after we just left the spearmint rhino. Okay. The spearmint rhino, you may know rhino is an animal, but around here, the spearmint rhino is a strip club, and it's wonderful. So I want you guys to know that.
Yeah, we went there without the Bachelor, which I'm pretty sure you probably already heard me talk about this because I'm going to bring it up in the podcast. But we went there without the fucking Bachelor, which is fucking great. It's SOP. You have to go to a strip club on a Bachelor party. That's just the way it is. So we went. It was us two and another two, which obviously you already know by now because I probably talked about it.
Just a note, if you're going to go to the Spearmint Rhino and you're going to get a dance, bring like $300 because then you'll get the good dance. If you just buy the single $25 dance, you're going to be very disappointed. And you might as well just spend your money on Kool-Aid and donuts. So that's
a great investment. That's a great investment. The guy that was in there, he was in there for like...
Hold on. Start from the beginning. What did this guy look like?
Oh, he was bigger than me.
A lot of Alfredo sauce, huh?
He was pretty big, which is nothing wrong with that. But he paid to be in there because usually $25 one dance.
$25 for the song.
Yeah, it was just an entire song.
And I paid for one, and the girl, like, I paid, like, in the middle of the song, and she waited for that song to be over with first before she started her dance for the one song. So, I mean, you're not even getting, like, a free half song there.
No, not at all.
It kind of a rip-off, but I'll tell you what, the girls there are pretty good looking.
Yeah, it was good times. I mean, Bachelor couldn't join us because for whatever reason, but we've been going hard. It's fucking, no pun intended. It's been a fucking great night. I fucking couldn't imagine ending it with anybody else better other than this weekly animal update. I don't even know where it's at this point.
Yeah, the update was off the cuff. Usually I'd like do some research and write this stuff down. But tonight, on the way back from the strip club, I just kind of Googled some stuff about velociraptors and then went off the top of my head.
Yeah, we decided to sit in the corner of this, at the Hyatt Hotel where we're at, in the lobby, hoping nobody else comes here. There's a used box of Rice Krispie treats, and half the package is gone. We're eating the unpackaged half, which is pretty legit, so it's good shit.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I don't know, anything else to end this before
that's
we
it.
go?
Other than Justin Avasco, you suck. I'm not inviting you to anything ever again. And that's pretty much all I've got.
Who's this animal fact sponsored by?
As always, your animal fact is brought to you by John Jameson and Sons. I'm Rob Long. Go fuck yourself.